welcome to Epping Reserve for this Division 3 Grand Final between Mernda and Panton Hill. These two teams have had terrific contests during the year and the ledger sits at 2 apiece. We wish both teams the best of luck in today's Grand Final. We please welcome Sharon Cristolini to sing the National Anthem.
Young and free, with golden soil, wealth for toil, our home is the high sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance. Australia fair in joyful strains, then let us sing. Advance Australia
And the interesting one is Joffa Byron's pushed up to a wing, and we see Abe Williams getting the goal square one-on-one against Jason Farella. So an interesting one there, a bit of a ploy there by Haydock to change things around. As the first bounce was skewed up the side, so we're going to get it back. Be recalled and we're going to throw it, but just interesting there, Farella going back to score against Williams. I'm not sure if they would have expected that one. Of course, Byron having kicked 100 goals this year, he's pushed up to a wing. He's left a loose man in defence because Causey hasn't gone with him. Now he has come around as the umpire. We go again. We're in the grand final. Ball comes to ground level. Parker running onto it. Couldn't quite get a clean possession. Plenty of bodies around this footy. Plenty of big bumps to be had. Ball comes to ground level. A free kick's being paid. It's going to go Panton Hill's way.
I think Rowan Davies fell into the back of the Panton Hill player.
So ball in the middle of the field. Panton Hill will get the first attacking foray forward. Ball kick long. Flying from behind, good mark taken overhead, and Mernda can relieve themselves out of the fence. They have plenty of run. Drake's on the outside if they want to use him. Opt not to go longer for Mills. Runs under the footy, but the skipper, Rowan Davies, collects. Runs around a would-be tackler. Can chip inside, underside. They went long instead, looking for a teammate there. It was Anderson. Ball comes to the back. Will Box at ground level. He's fallen over. Out of the contest now. Owen Draper, he couldn't get involved as well. Kick comes outside from Parker, and waiting underneath it to take the mark is Simon Moore. So Panton Hill at half-back here. Chip inside, it's a dangerous one. Misses Strongman. Ball ricochets. A chance here for Aquilina involved. Picks it up. Can go on his left boot. First shot at goals across the phase. It won't score, and it's out of bounds. Just always interesting that first few minutes. Obviously, the skill level, it's anyone nervous with the footy in the hand, you have to be clean with disposal, particularly when you're going across the face of the goal. An early chance missed there for Mernda.
Not sure what foot Aquilina kicks with, but that was a very weak kick with the left foot. Probably the nerves getting better of him. Panton Hill now clearing out of defence. They go up the far side. There's a contest here. Well won from the Panton Hill player. He handballs it backwards.
Good tackle late in there as well.
Very good tackle. Very sloppy.
Just seeing O'Connor really pushing up the ground hard as well. He was the Panton Hill player attacking that footy. Ball falls to the front of the pack now. Panton Hill having to defend well here through box. Ball spills out. Plenty of players around, extracted there again. That's Aquilina, kicks to the top of the goal square, partially smothered. Now Panton Hill, another dinky kick that's going to be cut off. O'Connor has to go again. Ball falls to the back of the pack. Hutchison, he's a lovely left foot kick. He can go from here, from 50, sets it to the top of the goal square. Couldn't take the mark there, that was careless. Ball comes out the back. Quick shy on goal is a minus score. So Mernda with the first score of the afternoon. It's one behind Mernda. Panton Hill yet to score. Panton Hill just a bit sloppy at a half-back. Certainly the nerves right up at the moment.
They're not rebounding 50 with any real system or structure, but they've got Haydock in a lot of space on the broadcast side wing. He's also got Grimshaw in a lot of space. That's the way they're going to go. The kick clears 50, but in a good spot is Hutchison for Mernda. He lays a fist. The ball comes down. Rowan Davies going after it. A shark by Parker. He kicks it out towards the wing. The mark finds Haydock. He's going to play on immediately. He looks to go inside 50. He kicks it along the ground. Taking it on the bounce is Abe Williams. He looks for a handball, but it's cut off. It looks like it's going to be a ball up. No, they win it out. It comes from Hutchison, but he's tackled from behind. A great tackle there by coming from Haydock, just inside the centre square.
Good follow-up work there by Haydock. Be disappointed in that first kick, looking for Williams, who clearly had his man on the lead there, but troubled it a little bit, but he worked back out well there as well. Owen Draper going in hard. They're good to see some hard contests early in the contest, but it is Dean Haydock with the footy in the middle of the ground. He can chip out wide if he wants Simon Moore. He's going to opt to go long. Byron, wearing the long sleeves, makes an option, goes the other way. The kick's going to land in the lap, nearly there for Williams. He couldn't take the mark. Quick kick comes out. Panton Hill's still going to extract the footy. Strongman handballs back, gets it back now. It's in the hands of the long arms of Daniel Keane. But
as the Mernda coach called him, the beanpole in Daniel Keane.
The free kick's going to come back outside now. And who's going to take it? It's going to be Keane. He's going to get the free kick. He gave it away, but the umpire says, no, it is your kick. Kicks it inside. It's not a bad looking option. And taking the mark overhead is Cranberg. 45 metres out from goal. Just held up in the breeze there, that kick seemed to so perhaps it is a slight breeze going Mernda's way, but Cranberg will have to kick this the best part of 50 metres, perhaps 55 for it to clear the line. The 2011 Coaches Player of the Year comes in. Kick isn't up and under, is not going to have the carry, he's going to fall 10 metres short. Attacking it though, the only man really going for it there was Williams. He couldn't take the mark, a free kick's been paid after that, it's going to go Mernda's way. And they can relieve now from defensive goal scorer. Hutchison breaks quickly, can use him. So too there's the man wider still. They've gone for Hutchison though. Could have gone to O'Reilly, who's still in. Now manned up by Haydock. Chip inside. Owen Straper under it. Can give off the handball straight away, and they're running through the fence. The 1-2. Well, Owen Straper, he's fumbled that one. A chance for Panton Hill on the counter. Ball in the hands again of the big man Cranberg, running through to 40. Kick on goal. Looks pretty good. We have the first of the afternoon.
Great goal there by the running ruckman. He missed the first one, but that time on his left foot puts it through from about, I'd say about 40 metres out. What brought Mernda undone then, Jordan, was the handball. It just missed his target. I think he was, I'm not sure who was actually going for there, but the handball didn't quite come off as they were rebounding.
Owen Draper took the mark, gave it quickly, and the 1-2 probably didn't work. He didn't possess it cleanly. Had he possessed it, he was going to be wrapped up anyway. But the goals on the fast break, you take them any time, and it's Panton Hill with the first score on the board. It's Panton Hill, first goal on the board rather. 1 goal straight, 6. Mernda 1 behind. Ruckman do battle again, hits the ground without either getting an effective tap on it. Charging through there, Panton Hill going to be a free kick pay for a hold. It might go to Gilmore in amongst it. He's got the free kick now. Can give it a handball straight away, which he does. Strongman kicking inside, so a good kick to the lead. Just, a good score in the end there. That came from O'Reilly. Crowd want free kick, not paid. Haydock comes through. Can break on his left foot now. Kick inside, wasn't clean. Boundary side now. I'm sure the player there in Farrell will be happy for this to go out of bounds, and he allows it to do so. So Panton Hill with some early clearances now, working the ball forward. They are 1 goal straight, 6, leading Mernda 1 behind.
Keane will do the ruck work in the forward 50 here for Panton Hill. The ball's thrown in. McRae gets the tap down. It goes straight to ground. Keane off the ground. Has he kicked the goal?
He's got that. The beanpole. Go beanpole.
Keane, very good goal off the ground. The ruckman doing the work in the forward line. They had Cranberg in the centre of the ground. Keane was doing the ruck work and, well, roved his own ruck work really and socketed it off the ground for Panton Hill's second goal of the day. It's 2 goals straight Panton Hill to Mernda, just 1 behind.
That's a big plus for, or a big win there for Panton Hill early on. The 2 big men getting amongst the goals. Opportunistic one there. That ball just bounced up and he just hacked it out of midair at the front of the goal square, and it went through for a goal. But the 2 big men getting involved early, creating some scoreboard pressure. And it's Panton Hill off to the dream start, leading this encounter 12-1 as a good bounce by the umpire. Flicked at the back by Cranberg, trapped though by Jesse Owen Draper, who thumps the ball inside 50, leading the foot race. Tim Anderson, will it sit for him? It does. He puts it out in front of him, doesn't take clean possession. He's trailed there by his opponent and gun, and the ball now finds its way out of bounds. Mernda able to lock it in about 30 metres out from goal. Would love the next one.
So already it's the 2 big men for Panton Hill who kicked the goals, but in unconventional, I suppose, big man goals, if you could say that.
Yeah, a hack out of the air, and also the one straight into the open goal. So ball falls to the back of the pack, picked up there by the player there in Aquilina. It might be kicked for holding the ball. Incorrect disposal, that one there. And Panton Hill rather can repel from half back now. Williams going wide outside, looking for his target in Strongman. Ball evades the pack and trickles out of bounds on the far side, the High Street wing.
It bounces a couple of times on that four-wheel drive's windscreen. I'm sure the driver of that car would have loved that. So we're directly opposite us. Cranberg's going to win this one down by looks things. No, drops short. Comes to Davies. Handball fired out by Davies. The kick comes. Looks like it's going to be running onto it. Is Strongman.
Oh, good hit.
Doesn't quite pick it up. As he said, a really good hit. A few players around this pack. Parker fighting for it. He's on his hands and knees. Straight in, though. Straight in for Mernda is Tim Atkins. We're going to have another ball up. We're about 55 metres away from Mernda's goal.
Great to see some big hard hits early on. Players just going hammer and tong at the footy as we see Jai Robertson push up to this contest here. Ball comes to the back. Which way is he going to go? Well, it's in Robertson's hands. Flicks it forward, attacking the footy there for Panton Hill, but overrunning it was Grimshaw. Falls to the back of the pack, falls to Rees. Rees on his left, handballs over the top, didn't quite work out. Intercepted by Box. Handball comes outside now. Bryce on the outside. Can go over the top. He's got a man there in Byrne. Uses him. Byrne, he feigned one way, went the other, kicked down the line. It was to no one in particular, but it's going to be a free kick downfield against Nathan Mills.
He really didn't need to do that though, Samuel, because they had no numbers.
They had 3 men on the outside there, Mernda, so he'll be disappointed in that one. Mills trying to exude his presence on the contest, but gives one away and gives away a scoring opportunity as well, because they had the numbers at half forward as Dean Haydock took the advantage and played it up the ground to Jason Darcy Malloy, who hits a beautiful kick to Keane, who's been promising early. Off to Ben Parker. His kick was a partially smothered. Doesn't travel that far. No, it was just a wonky kick off the boot and lands in the arms of Brendan O'Connor. And Panton Hill is off to a flying start here. Brendan O'Connor will shoot from about 30 metres out directly in front. And that downfield free kick against Nathan Mills could have bigger repercussions, because Brendan O'Connor will come in now and potentially put Panton Hill's third on the board from 30 metres. Just stabs at it. It's going to do enough to hold us line. And Panton Hill off to a dream start. 3 goals straight, 18. Mernda 1 behind. All the players so far with Panton Hill, they've looked really lively going forward, and it's the big men doing the damage. Cranberg with 1, Keane with another, and that goal there to Brendan O'Connor.
Well, they're taking their opportunities, Panton Hill, when they're going forward. Mernda have been inside 50 a few times, but they haven't really done anything with it. Panton Hill have been inside forward 50, 3 or 4 times, David, and they've had 3 goals already.
Loved Keane's attack on the footy there. He just took the big mark at centre half forward, gave it off quickly. It just ensures the ball gets in as quickly as possible. Doesn't allow the Mernda backs to get back and get in front of the tall. So he's really attacking the footy hard as McRae tried to win that one down. Owen Straper went in hard. He'll get one high there against the ruckman in Cranberg.
Haydock's been important early too, hasn't he?
He has had a lot of disposal.
Owen Straper now right in the heart of Epping Recreation Reserve. Chips the ball up to half forward. Who's going to fly for this one? Mills has front spot. He couldn't quite take the clean grab. Ball falls to the front of the pack in the hands of Byrne. Quick kick comes out, Haydock. Now the foot race. Going to get there first. It looks like it's going to be Saddington. Give up the handball. Elected to go the snap around the body. Was a good one. Put his teammate in space. O'Donnell. Will the ball sit for him? It doesn't quite. Allows the man from Panton Hill to get across in Darcy Malloy. We'll have a throw in. High Street wing. Panton Hill leading this one 3 straight 18 to Mernda 1 behind.
It looks like Haydock for Panton Hill and Hutchison for Mernda are guarding that wing position on the broadcast side, but they're still playing about 20 metres apart from each other, Jordan. So they're almost taking each other on.
Cranberg won the tap down, but he won the free kick as well, and he goes forward up to the half forward flank. A good mark taken there, and Panton Hill just
free kick paid, maybe for a push.
It has been awarded a free kick, so Mernda will have it now on their half back flank, and they'll go straight back up from where it came. Go up the wing, the mark can't be taken. Rowan Davies trying to run onto this one. Gets control, well done from Rowan Davies. Handballs it off, centrally into the middle of the ground. Coming back out to the wing now, up to the half forward flank, but the kick evades everyone.
Out on the full.
Out on the full, is it?
It's just been the difference probably so far going forward. Panton Hill's been far more direct and more efficient in their movements. Mernda's been forced wide, and the skill execution hasn't quite been there. As that kick ends up out of bounds on the full. Potential option to chip inside. Simon Moore's made room, and he's going to get this footy now.
He's got Parker in space in the centre of the ground if he sees him.
He opens up the whole ground if he finds him. He's gone instead to Keane, who can't quite take the mark overhead. Wrong option there, but Keane's done really well. Second effort, handballs it out, and he's going to chase up the footy again. He's done magnificent work there. Gets it off to his fellow ruckman, Cranberg, going into full forward, and the mark's taken. But 45 metres out from goal, it's Brendan O'Connor again, and
how about Daniel Keane once more?
His attack on the foot, he's been superb. He's just really set the tone early on. His kick 1, he took the big mark to set up the third, and that time there 3 efforts, and the ball chipped inside. Well, the wrong option there by O'Connor. He went to chip inside, but it's going to be turned over, and now Mernda can run it out of half-back. The long kick up to the wing, a foot race. Bryce up against Robertson. Both keeping long hair flying. Robertson did really well there, laid the body work and ran onto the loose football. Chip inside, well, that might be downfield. It is. And it's going to go against Anthony Bryce. He'd be disappointed that he got worked out of the contest, but I guess the more disappointing aspect of that was how he responded and giving away a really soft free kick when Mernda's found it really tough to hit a target up early in the piece. To give away a shot on goal will be extremely frustrating, and for Mernda, well, the man to take this kick, Jordan's Cameron Curlis, and we saw him have a few troubles in front of goal earlier in the season, particularly against Reservoir, where he kicked, I think it was 5 behinds before he registered a goal, but he's a chance here to get his side a much needed goal here. They are trailing by 17 points.
Well, he definitely needs to have his kicking boots on today. He needs to be accurate, so Mernda can hopefully have a chance of winning this grand final. Coming in from about 40 metres out. Right foot kick on the way, but it fades out to the left, and well, you don't want to see that from Cameron Curlis, because his confidence did go down a few times. Definitely had a bit of a shot when he kicked a few behinds in that game we saw, so hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Haydock in space again, Jordan.
It's well, the chip out's gone shorter instead. It's gone to Nathan Brundle, but you just talked in the pre-match about the importance of converting your chances when they present themselves, particularly early on, and you see from the scoreboard, Mernda 2 behinds, Panton Hill is 3 goals straight, 18, so Panton Hill certainly with the more accurate kicking, taking the most of their chances with the 3 straight goals, as Cranberg was being good early, goes long, looking for Williams, stands under the footy, getting it to the back of the pack. It was Atkins, couldn't hold the mark also for Mernda. Pack converges. Brendan O'Connor at the bottom of that one, he's worked up the field. You can see that Luke Howard dropped the kick behind the play here for Mernda, so if Panton Hill does win the footy out, it's probably going to be turned over quickly. Numbers now for the footy. Dean Haydock, good tackle came from Rowan Davies, as Ben Parker lays a big bump there on Tommy Dayton, and he'll be feeling the effects of that one. A bigger body midfield, isn't he? Ben Parker loves the hard footy.
He shaved the mohawk, which makes it a little more difficult for us commentators, though.
It was a good do that he had last time these sides met, as the ball now works inside 50 for Mernda. Dropped the ball, quick kick came out from Volpe, couldn't be controlled, going again there, that was Rees. Davies, handball over the head, sets up the teammate Anderson, another handball inside, the ball just doesn't sit though. A chance for Mernda to lay the big tackle, and it's Aquilina who got the unfortunate bounce, who eventually lays the tackle Mernda's way, but things just not, early in the piece anyway, just not working out for Mernda as such, but only early days, 2 plays 18. Ruckman flew there for Mernda, that was Curlis, didn't get a touch on the footy though. Ball extracted, out to 50, Haydock attacking it, falls to the back of the pack, ball in hand, Howard, got it outside, standing start, that's Volpe, puts it to the top of the goal square. Oh, good mark taken though in the last line of defence, that's Cranberg. He's been everywhere early, he's kicked the first goal of the game, he's taken marks down in defence, and he's a raking left foot kick. This one, he's had a bit each way. He's found a teammate there in Bryce. He fumbled it, but he had plenty of teammates and assistants. One's Grimshaw, went out wider still, out in that far half-back flank. Chip comes inside. In the space there was Darcy Malloy. The ball eluded him though, but they're still going to work outside, and they've got a man deep. It's O'Connor who's worked forward. He's got no opponent on him. Ball falls though to his teammate. Can go inside. His snap on goal is going to go across the face of goal, out of bounds, as Brett Thorne had also made his way into space as well. The kick from Williams wasn't on target, but a quick transition there. They really cut them open with the wide spread there.
As you said, it nearly had Brendan O'Connor running into an open goal, but maybe just a few metres short. So the ball's going to be thrown in. The ball gets one down. Falls down to the Mernda player, but he's going to be wrapped up immediately. The ball falls out. They're going to rebound now through. They're rebounding through Saddington. They clear the 50. The kick is going over their head, but leading the foot race is O'Donnell. Does he pick it up? Yes, he does. Does he take a bounce? He does. The ground is obviously drying up a little bit. The kick over the top. He's going to hit his man in Rees. Rees plays on immediately. Fumbles a little bit. Can he pick it up in time? He does. He's under pressure though. Handball back to his player in O'Donnell. He handballs over again. Rowan Davies is held up immediately. The crowd want ball, but he's paying a high tackle. Rowan Davies, the skipper for Mernda, is going to have a shot on goal, you'd think, from about 45 metres out for a high tackle.
Love that bit of play there by O'Donnell. Just backed his judgment, knew he had the pace, and his opponent just ran off him. It wasn't the cleanest handball over the top. Had Rees in space, but he missed him. But again, showed that there again, ran for a second effort, but just moments like that can just spark a team, I guess. That hard running, a bit of confidence there, knew he had the pace over his opponent, and just continue to push hard up the ground. As Davies now, his side needs their first goal still. Can the captain deliver? Kick's going to go right to the goal line, and it just gets out the back of the pack, but it's only a minor score, and it's Panton Hill leading this contest 3 goals straight, 18. Mernda 3 behinds. We've played about 18 minutes in the first quarter.
In general play, you'd say Mernda is still there though.
They've had plenty of the footy in the last 5 minutes, haven't they? The ball's always been in there attacking half of the ground. Just haven't got that first goal that they so desperately crave. As that long kick out of the fence is marked on the chest by Zach Williams. He plays on straight away, kicks it up to the wing. Well, that kick's going to fall short. He was looking for Kelly Legasic, chopped off by Joel O'Reilly. Kicking to Mills, who's going to fly. Got 2 hands on it, couldn't bring it to ground. Rees attacked the footy. A good tackle laid by Zach Williams. Going hard there was Anderson, couldn't take the clean possession. Ball comes at the back now. Thorne can play on. He's got well, he tried to get through Owen Draper. He did that, but Matty Rees came from behind and laid an equally impressive tackle. And he'll get the ball now. A free kick, 55 metres out from goal. Panton Hill, you can see they just set the numbers at the back of the pack here. You see Cranberg's already won, just lining up, and so too will Box. The ball going in the direction of Box. He gets 2 hands on the footy though, and he takes a defensive mark. had to just lower the eyes. They had numbers probably peeling out
they
at
needed more
centre-half
movement,
forward.
I think, Jordan. You probably agree. They had the big men set up in the back 50, defensive 50 there. They needed maybe some extra movement from their forwards.
As Jason Darcy Malloy runs off half-back now, kick up the wing. Well, that's not a pretty kick, and it ends up, might have been out of bounds on the full umpire. I think is adjudged it to have bounced prior to the boundary line. So we'll have a throw in. Of course, you can get all the live scores on the NFL live score application. Just follow all the prompts on the NFL website, www.nfl.org.au, otherwise on m.nfl.org.au. The score here is Mernda 3 behinds, Panton Hill 3 goals straight 18. Ruckman to do the work. Now it's Atkins. He's going to go up against, looks like it's Byron who did a bit of ruck work there. Ball falls to the front of the pack. In and amongst it there, Robinson's skirting the packs in fact. He can't get a hand on the footing. The umpire calls for the ball again. Around the grounds, North Heidelberg. Well, after a flyer, 28 minutes into the first quarter, North Heidelberg 6-5-41, leading Fitzroy Stars 2 behinds. Montmorency at quarter time, 3 goals straight 18. They've settled, but they're still 3 goals down against Heidelberg, 6-1-37. Ball works its way at the half forward now for Panton Hill. Brett Thorne, will he kick off the boot, slew it out sideways, and it's out of bounds on the full. Mernda certainly need the next one. If they can kick it, obviously the margin, just the 9 points, anyone's game. But if Panton Hill kick it, well, it certainly opens up a healthy buffer. It'd be 21 points if it goes the way of the Redbacks.
We think Mernda, it's crucial for them to score the next goal. They're up on half-back now. I think it's Saddington, right half-back for Mernda. He just goes a little chip kick. Doesn't hit the target in Davies. Ball comes to ground. Thorne's in there, but his handball is wayward. It goes to Hutchinson. His kick along the ground is wayward as well. And Cranberg here for Panton Hill. Can't get the handball on target. Plenty of players around this. And it's
as the play is underway, getting long forward into Mills. Couldn't quite take the mark. Ball though falls to the front of the pack. Robinson overrun it. Box picks it up. Box running out of half back. Too slow in that situation there. Quick kick take is going across the face. Might take a right turn. Bounce in for a goal. It's a fortunate one, but it's a goal. And Mernda has the first goal of the morning, of the afternoon rather. 139 Mernda. Panton Hill 3 goals straight 18. Did the hard way, a bit of fortune there, but the ball goes in for a goal and a much needed one for Mernda, probably just like they needed early on.
I'll tell you what, my time we were with them.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Very happy with that off spin. That was a crazy bounce. Very good. Very fortunate though.
And ball back in the hands of the umpire. Back in the ruck, Cranberg. He's been sensational early in the game. He's going to fly for this one here. Tapped over the way of Mernda by Atkins, but it's Ben Parker running onto the footy. Kicks it out to that high street wing. Ball taken in front. Good mark taken overhead.
He's got O'Connor in space.
He's looking for him now. O'Connor's manned by Saddington though now. As the ball comes to the back of the pack, good spoil. Saddington's going to be the first to run onto this one. He can get out to Hutchinson if he's clean. He couldn't quite take clean possession first up though. And the ball trickles out of bounds. We see a bit of work off the ball by Abe Williams. And it's going to be a free kick against a high touch there. So Mernda can repel. Last line of defence. Have just kicked that settling goal. 139 Mernda. Panton Hill 3 goals straight 18. Chips it up the line now. They've got a longer option in front of us. O'Reilly coming across, taking a great mark. There is Ben Parker for Panton Hill. Gives it off quickly. That's Strongman. And he's kicked up the line. Well, it wasn't marked cleanly there. That was O'Connor, I think, attacking the footy. He's come out the other way. O'Reilly on the counter. He overran it. Coming in hard there. It was Strongman. Trying to break 2 tackles was Bryce. Handballs into the middle of the ground. Legasic and Strongman. Legasic picks it up. He's running the wrong way though, and Robinson's barging through. Ball slips at the back. Volpe's loose if they find him. He chipped inside. The kick rather was smothered, and caught in 2 minds there to Panton Hill defender. He's going to be gone for holding the ball. Here he is. Robert Guest had a bit each way. Tried to get the handball out twice. Didn't know what to do with it eventually, and he was wrapped up. And the ball now in the hands of the Mernda man. That's Jacob O'Donnell. Just that grand final intensity. Guest just double guessing himself really. And
nicely done there, Samuel.
The second big tackle laid there is we have a few technical issues with the radio mics as well. I think we're back on board, and the ball in the hands here of O'Donnell, chipping in short, and that's not the best kick. Bryce couldn't take the mark. Ball falls to the man at the back of the pack. That was Anderson. Now going to be swept out of defence by Robert Guest. Long kick up the line, flying from behind. Good spoil made. That was by Howard. Getting close to the boundary, kept in now. Can kick a centering ball now. Top of the square. Was a fortunate one. Ends up hitting Anderson almost in the face. Running through Owen Draper on the crumb. Couldn't take it cleanly. Handball out wide. A very sloppy passage of play. I think both sides would like the boundary line here. And we'll get a throw in there. Anderson didn't expect that one, did he? It was a grubber, almost of a kick, and it almost wasn't a situation where he attacked the ball. It almost just hit him unexpectedly, and a throw in now 40 metres out from Mernda's goal.
A lot of the disposal in this first quarter has been very sloppy. I hope in the second quarter that they can hit the targets a bit straighter. Probably those grand final nerves. Ball's locked up here in Mernda's forward 50, and it'll be a stoppage right at centre half forward. I think all these nerves are getting to the players, because a lot of the handballs and the kicks have just been along the ground or a bit wayward and just not really hitting the targets. Panton Hill now clear out of defence, but that was a poor kick, and it goes straight into the arms of Luke Howard from Mernda, and he'll look to go back straight inside 50. He's got O'Reilly out in space. He just goes a bit further of him, and good hard taken by Atkins. The tall midfielder's gone forward. He's taken a great mark, and he'll have a shot at goal from about 40 metres out from Mernda. It was in a pack of about 10 players.
And he come from about third or fourth behind there, Atkins, the big fella.
And he took a great mark as well.
As the quarters progress, you just feel that Mernda's certainly getting on top in the, especially in the middle of the ground. They're winning a lot more of the clearances, looking a lot more lively going forward as well. And Atkins now can trim the margin to what would be less than a kick if this one goes through the big sticks. Atkins comes in. Kick looks pretty straight off the boot. Might not have the legs.
Just
the umpire likes paid. It's going to go. It might be Panton Hill's way for a nudge out in the goal square, and it's Tristan Cranberg on the last line of the fence. I reckon that might have actually cleared the pack originally, so it may have been paid a goal otherwise. But the free kick paid goes quickly. Hutchison flies for Mernda. Couldn't quite bring the mark to ground level. Going in hard. There's Byron, and he's going to get a free kick for a push in the back. So interesting that he's been worked further up the field today, kicking it long, up into the arms of Zach Williams. He probably just ran under that one a fraction. Handball away. That was made by the Mernda man in Howard. It's going to be turned over. Legasic just throws the ball on the boot. It might land in the lap of Abe Williams. Attacks the footy. Goes again. Couldn't take it at ground level. Atkins gets in. Went for the big bump. Missed him in the end. Falls to Causey. Causey couldn't get a clean touch out. Now plenty of numbers around this pack, going in hard there, and perhaps winning the free kick is going to be, it's actually going to go against Atkins there, and the umpire judged that he got Legasic high, so he ran in at the footy hard. He might have to give this one, give it back to him, risk the opportunity of giving it a 50-metre penalty.
Cranberg making some space now. That's where he's going to go. He's going to take a mark uncontested. He's about 45 metres out. That was probably bad checking from Mernda there, but sorry, Samuel, sorry to cut you off.
Just saw the emergency umpire come out as well, and Kane Gilmore's received a yellow card as well. So as that went on, a good spot up by yourself there, Dave, but Cranberg's pushed forward. He's just working end-to-end so magnificently. We saw him on the last line of defence effect the spoil, and now he has a shot on goal. Well, that's another up and under kick. That won't have the distance. He's going to come across the front of the pack. Didn't get there in time, but Rees tapped it forward, partially smothered there by Brett Thorne, and it's out of bounds 10 metres out from the Panton Hill goal, leading this contest here 1-3-9 to 3 goals straight, 18. Panton Hill by 9 points. The umpire to throw it in again. Atkins there to do the ruck work. We'll go up against Keane. Coming up third man was O'Connor. Didn't really get a fist on the footy. Ball falls to the back of the pack. Is an effort made to get rid of this ball. The umpire says no, holding the ball Mernda's way. Now at halfback, can they switch it? Plenty of numbers moving centrally. Hutchison is one. It would be a dangerous kick if they were to go there. Perhaps better advice to go long down the line.
It looks likely that he will go long down the line, and that's what he does. But sitting right underneath that is Panton Hill's Cranberg. Again, not for the first time today. Handball straight to Parker. Parker will look to send them inside 50. He does so with a long kick. Sitting underneath that is Williams. Does he hold it? He does. Great grab by Williams there.
Just used his body so well, and nudged his man underneath the footy, and once the ball fell to the ground level, he just had to sit, and Zach Williams takes the big mark about 30 metres out. They're bigger bodies, aren't they? They're not the tallest forward line when they've got Abe Williams up there. So too Byron. He's obviously a prolific goal kicker, but not blessed with great height, but very stocky players, aren't they? And one-on-one situations you back in most times.
Jordan, do you think it bothers, as the siren goes for quarter time, just before he has a shot on goal, Jordan, do you think it bothers the coach, Mernda coach Brett Wilson, when they kick down the line directly down the throat of the biggest Panton Hill player on the ground?
As we just see the kick coming in now from Williams, from 40, off the boot. Looks like it's going across the face of goal, and we don't get any score at all registered. So at quarter time, it's Panton Hill with the 9-point advantage. Panton Hill 3 goals straight, 18. Mernda 1-3-9. The goal kicker so far. The first goal of the game come from a running Tristan Cranberg in the ruck. A lovely goal from about 35 metres out. The second by Daniel Keane, a hack out of the air on the edge of the goal square, and Brendan O'Connor kicked Panton Hill's third. It opened up a handy little buffer of 17 points. Mernda hitting back late in the quarter to bring it to a 9-point buffer at quarter time. what's shaping as a great game of footy. We'll be back after the break to have a bit of a review of the first quarter, give you all the around the ground scores too on your local station 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. Heidelberg 7-5-47 leading Fitzroy Stars 2 behind as we are ready to go again here in the second quarter. And to take it away, it's Tristan Cranberg up in the ruck against Big McRae. McRae, well, he was favoured by the bounce and won it down to his on baller there, looking for the free that was Robinson, just dropped it in front of him. Legacy got it out wide, looking there for Ben Parker, couldn't take it, and Robertson came in. Kicks the ball long up line, it's a good mark taken at half forward, can chip inside, Hutchinson was loose, wanted the ball, didn't get it, looking for Davies, he couldn't take the mark either, ball falls to the front, Panton Hill handball out came from Bryce, now the quick kick out is going to land in the arms of the man getting back there is Kelly Legasic, and he takes the mark on his defensive 50.
Legasic now moves out wide, looks for a target. There's a one-on-one contest out on the outer side. I'm pretty sure that's Strongman up there.
Holding the man decision paid, I believe.
So it'll go the way of
Mernda.
It'll go the way of Mernda. They'll have it now, trying to go back inside 50. They need another goal here. I reckon they need a goal to try and lift their confidence. Good mark taken there on the outer side.
Rees.
There's Rees, good player Rees. He goes inside forward 50 now, looking for Davies. Davies just can't take the mark, drops it at the final moment. And O'Connor's back there for Panton Hill. Ball just bobbling around, pinballing around there.
Ball comes out now, Jai Robinson's able to take it. Rees on the outside again. He takes on one tackler, handballed inside to Davies. He's under the pump straight away. A good tackle comes from behind. And we'll have a ball up. The ball at half forward for Mernda. High Street side of the ground. Big crowd around today. Cars all the way around. Great to see such a big turnout as the ball now comes to the front of the pack. Panton Hill with the numbers there, looking for the free. Again, there was, I think it might have been Bryce on that far side of the ground, throwing the arms back out, but none giving. And we'll have a boundary throw in 60 metres out from the Mernda goal, doing the ruck work against Cranberg, up against McRae. Cranberg was great in that first quarter. McRae won that one down though. Hutchison picks up, gives it off to McRae. High kick and up and under, won't be 15. Umpire waves play on. Cranberg jumped in, almost another ruck contest. He came out the back there. He fisted it wide, and we have a throw in. Similar position to the last one. It's still 60 metres out from Mernda's goal. Trailing here 139 to 3 goals straight 18. Remembering all the live scores around the grounds can be found at nfl.org.au or m.nfl.org.au as the ball slips out to Robinson. Quick kick up to the top of the goal square. Coming hard at the ball was Fell. He couldn't affect or couldn't get a hand on the footy there rather as Matty Rees watches the ball go out of bounds. Bryce now following Matty Aquilina. We see it's Will Box on Rowan Davies. So the two captains on each other as the ball comes at the back. Fell doing the ruck, barges through the pack. Kick was smothered. It's still going to come out to Davies. Can he control it? He couldn't quite. And a chance here for Panton Hill to rush a minor score, and they do just that off Nathan Grimshaw's hand. So Mernda with the first score of this quarter is a minor score. It's 1-4-10 to Panton Hill, 3 goals straight, 18.
David, in the first quarter, you're asking about Cranberg, and I just, it's such a great tool to have in your team, isn't it? A ruckman that can go forward, back, kick a goal. It's such a great utility player to have. Panton Hill now looking to go forward in the middle of the ground. Strongman almost got tackled there, and he actually
throw out there.
Might have been incorrect disposal, so it is going to go the way of Mernda.
Switch inside here. They've given the ball off to Drake. Took a magnificent mark last time their sides got that kick. Well, he went to go into the middle of the ground. He had two players. One was O'Reilly, but it was cut off there, and now a chance for Panton Hill moving forward through Williams. Took a good mark at the lead, about 45 out was where the man stands the mark. Would have to kick it over 50 on the left. Goes wider to Parker. No real metre advantage. He's probably actually gone back 5 metres as Parker plays on straight away. Kicks it to Cranberg, 1 out. Will he fly? He does, the big man. He had the
As if on cue, Jordan. You were speaking of him only a few minutes ago. As if on cue.
If he keeps going at this rate, he'd be a shoo-in for MVP.
He's been dominant, hasn't he? And he would be, at this early stage, you would have thought he's been the best player on the ground. But a chance as well to kick his second goal. Remembering he also has done some fine work. Playing a kick behind the play as well as he comes in now on that left boot. Umpire doesn't do much work at all. It's a great kick on goal by Cranberg, and he has his second goal of the afternoon. Tristan Cranberg. Panton Hill 4 goals straight, 24 leading Mernda 1-4-10, and Mernda had an opportunity down the other end of the ground, but that switch inside didn't quite pay off, and Panton Hill certainly made them pay down the other end, Jordan.
Well, it's just another case of Mernda not taking their opportunities, and Panton Hill, every time they've gone inside 50, almost every time they've gone inside 50, they've kicked a goal, and we see them the first time this quarter they've gone inside 50, Cranberg's got another goal, and Mernda's just not taking the opportunities as much as Panton Hill are. Back in the middle now, Cranberg gets the tap down, ball hits the ground, Parker is in there, but eventually Mernda clear it out, doesn't really go to any target here, ball's on the ground just centre half forward for Mernda, eventually comes out and goes up to the goal square, good mark taken from Fell, and he'll line up for goal, hopefully, to get Mernda, well, within
8 points would be
8
actually
points.
with that minor score. Just on Fell, he's a good foil when he goes up forward. He's a big body, and in the one-on-one situation, you'd back him to out-body his opponent. And that time they just held him off with one arm, and with the other one just holding the grab. And he's made his presence felt, particularly in this quarter. He was live in a few passages earlier in the quarter, and now a chance. And really shouldn't have too many problems here. He's a long way back off the mark though. Kicked it from 30 and had no trouble whatsoever with it anyway. And the first goal for Tommy Fell for the afternoon gets his side back within 8 points. Mernda 2 goals, 4-16. Panton Hill 4 goals straight, 24. The quick reply, just what the doctor ordered. But interesting approach at goal because the man on the mark stood just outside the goal, so he kicked it from about 30 metres out. So certainly had more space to creep in on, but didn't make any difference there. He kicks a much needed goal for Mernda. Certainly back in the contest, an 8-point game.
Mernda definitely not out of this one, and they're only just 1 or 2 goals behind. Back in the centre of the ground now, Cranberg doing the ruck work, gets down to his midfielder Parker. Abe Williams, my mistake. The ball's just locked up, and the umpire should call for a secondary ball up, and he does.
It's a great contest in the middle of the ground, isn't it?
The Panton Hill midfielders are great, and look, the one thing that Panton Hill really do really well is get players around the ball. They just play crowded footy, and you can see here they've got about 8 players around this ball. And again, we would like to have another ball up.
It's almost like that rugby scrum, that one there with was Anthony Bryce just trying to barrage his way through rather, as the umpire puts that one down. A nice tap at the back was by Cranberg, but it was sharked, and now a chance for Mills, pushed off an opponent, handballed out to Hutchinson. Here's a left foot kick, goes on the right, makes Breeze wait for it. On the one-on-one, it was touched by his defender there, and we'll have another ball up, this time 40 metres out, as we get a bit of advice in from the crowd as well. I think it's a bit hard. It was on the non-preferred there, Hutchison, so he did work it up the line to his teammate as Cranberg again wins that one there, but again sharked by Mernda on ball at Hutchison this time, coming in with a hard body to Jason Darcy Malloy, and we'll have another ball up, still 40 metres out from goal for Mernda. Cranberg, he's winning most of the ruck contest today, that one no exception. It's going to be a free kick in the back, and that one's paid there to Ben Strongman, and 50 metres paid as well, the ball not given back, and Strongman will now move his way up the field to get up to the wing now, and Mernda getting as many numbers back as they can. Byron breaks quickly.
No, you can't take the kick just yet.
Yeah, he's
come behind the mark.
Still going to push up 20 metres as Byron sends the ball back to Strongman.
Really unnecessary. Should just thrown the ball back straight away. Looked like Joffa Byron splits the middle of 2 players there, but eventually comes to Cranberg. He sends them inside 50. His target, is it going to be the bean polar man? Is it going to be Keane? Comes down to Keane. The man I spoke of, he sets a man up.
Yeah, that's good.
Taking a mark about 35 metres out. He's taking a mark. It is Zachary Williams.
That's a fortune getting the ball in there quickly as well. I think we saw originally what Strongman was trying to do. Got it up to Byron. Umpire said have to take it back. As we see,
has he reversed that?
And it might actually be a 50-metre penalty. Is actually going to be paid. We heard the whistle behind the play, and it may have been Mills again involved in that one there. So we saw him give it downfield earlier in the game, and ended up being a coast-to-coast movement that resulted in a goal. And now a chance for another one as makes it a formality really as Williams comes in and kicks the goal. He of course missed one earlier in the first quarter, but he kicks truly this time around. And
I think he's been yellow carded, Samuel. Sorry to cut you off, but he's either that or he's been dragged.
And certainly Jason Darcy Malloy is giving him a bit of blip on the way out too, as Aquilina's the man to replace Mills. Scoreboard here, Panton Hill 5 goals straight, 30. Mernda 2 goals, 4-16. A bit of ill discipline there. 2 50-metre penalties given in that little passage of play. and allows Mernda to score the easiest of goals. It's Heidelberg leading 61-39 against Monty. North Heidelberg 54-9 against the Fitzroy Stars. So the Doggies look like advancing at this stage to take on Epping in next week's grand final. Here in the grand final in Division 3, it's Matty Aquilino charging through to Rees. They've done it nicely. Hutchison can get onto his left here, plenty of space to run into the open goal and kicks a goal. Twice this quarter we've seen Panton Hill kick one, and just as quickly Mernda get the fast reply. First it was Fowler kicked the goal, this time it was Hutchison, and just as we mentioned, 3 goals now for Mernda, 3-4-22, Panton Hill 5 goals 30. We just mentioned before that it was a handy little break that Panton Hill had established, but now again it's 8 points, really just one kick in it, and we're back to a 2-point ball game. It certainly had some ebbs and flows this contest here.
And that was a great work from Mernda, just bursting through the midfield and the run of Hutchison. It's such a great kick as well, Hutchison. Back in the centre of the ground now, McRae gets the tap down, Atkins in there, can't get possession of the ball. Parker tries to pick it up off the ground, but he can't try and control the ball either. Eventually does, handball over the back of the head, finds a teammate, comes back to Strongman. His kick was very wayward. And almost goes
inside 50.
Almost goes inside 50 for Mernda. And Mernda now they've got possession again, just evading a tackle there was the Mernda player. Parker though hands it off. Cranberg now, Panton Hill looking to go forward again. Cranberg now goes up to the wing. Oh, good spoil there from Atkin. And Mernda should clear up out of defence.
Saddington goes again. They got some run out of half back now. Numbers at the line, but the kick was an absolute shocker. That came out from O'Reilly. Fortunately, beat the man going for it in Bryce. It got to Hutchison. Now tap out from Bolt. A throw's going to be paid though. And free kick taken by Bryce. Chipping inside for a diving teammate there. Mark not taking a chance now for Atkins. Sends the ball long. Robinson at the foot of this one. Foul came through at the back of the pack. Ball falls to the front. Picked up. Rees. A lovely little handball. Comes out to Robinson. Here's a left foot kick. He gets off to that left. And as the crowd reaction can tell you, he kicks a lovely goal. How good was that handball by Matty Rees? The little tunnel handball almost through the opponent's legs onto Dry Robinson. He's a left foot kick. He couldn't really arc around as a left footer would like to, but he was able.
He's able to angle the ball on his left foot to just swing that opposite way, wasn't he? It was really good.
It's usually the left footers like to kick it left to right, but that time there he worked it back right to left, and a great goal. And for the first time today, Mernda has consecutive goals, and we have now only a 2-point contest. Mernda 4 goals 4-28, leading Panton Hill 5 goals straight.
Got an infringement. I think someone has overstepped the line. The free kick is going to Panton Hill. The kick will be taken by the big man Ruckman in Cranberg. He's going to send them long inside 50, and he does so to the leading players. Kick 2. It looks like the Mernda player is going to take it here. No, he doesn't. Comes out the back. Leading the race originally was O'Reilly, but now it's going to be carried over the line, is it? No, it doesn't. It stays in yet. Carried over the line there by O'Reilly. I think a Mernda player may have overstepped the centre square there, so the free kick was paid to the big man Ruckman.
Yes, now we have a throw in. Panton Hill attacking 50 here. The umpire now throws it in. To do the ruck work, it's Keane up against Atkins. Atkins kept his foot. Ball to the front of the pack. O'Connor was the one who trapped it though, but the handball was intercepted. Howard. Now, long kick. It's an up and under. Underneath it, Cranberg up against McRae, and Cranberg again just stamping his impact on this game. Takes the mark at 50, sets the kick up, top of the goal square, 2-on-2 situation at the back of the pack. It's Varela running it out for Mernda. Kicks it long up the wing, a foot race now. Davies in amongst it too, waiting for the footy there for Mernda, attacking it hard there. That was a good play there by O'Donnell, went again, but it's taken now by Gilmore of Panton Hill. He chips up, looking for Haydock, went over his head, couldn't be taken there. That might have been the man there in Howard who tried to trap that one. Falls to the front of the pack, going in hard. Keane in and amongst it. 3-on-1 here. It's Panton Hill's way, extracted by Thorne. Kick inside 50, attacking the footy. Atkins from the back. A good spoil now, running through waves. Kick up the lines of beauty. Finds Rees, who's been great. Shows some candy. He's got a man running through the middle of the ground. Gives it off. Another handball. There a chance. He can go all the way. Aquilina off the boot has kicked a behind. We were waiting on the umpire's call. Just went the wrong side of the post there. Lovely end-to-end movement. Great dash off half-back by Andrew O'Reilly there. And Aquilina ran to 50. Just couldn't put the ball through. Minus score. Mernda 4-5-29. Panton Hill 5 straight goals. The kick-out's been spoiled. And it's out of bounds. 55 metres out from Mernda's goal.
So inside Mernda, or just just outside Mernda's forward 50.
The umpire takes them inside 50.
He does take them inside 50 with that throw in. Thorns there, can't get a hand to it, but eventually cleared off the ground, goes straight to a Mernda player, and they'll go inside 50. Hutchinson will look to go inside 50 now with this kick here. Just telling his man to get back on the mark. Hutchinson, little left foot chip out further up to the flank. Now they go inside 50, Mernda, and a good mark taken there from the Mernda player.
Rees again, so he's had a great quarter, Matty Rees.
Been playing a lot around the forward 50, Matty Rees.
He's pushed up there, that he's almost resting at half forward pocket and working through the midfield. Kick to the top square, it fell in his hands, pardon the pun, but he couldn't quite take the mark. Ball falls front of the pack. Darcy Loy hacks it out, but it's going to come in just as quickly. Hutchison run around, it would be tackler. Chip on his left foot, kick a good little block at the back of the pack, and it might be a free kick. In fact, it's going to go Mernda's way, and it's going to go the way won't go to the man in the front of the pack. I wouldn't have thought it's going to go to the man who was behind. It's going to be Rees with the footy in his hand. He had laid previously a nice little shepherd for his teammate running back with the fly of the footy, but the umpire judged he was being held at the back of that pack, and Rees a chance to put Mernda in front for what would be the first time since scoring the first behind of the day. It's early in the first quarter, so Rees comes in 40 metres out, kick on goal, might be missing near side, it is. He's just hooked the ball off the boot, and scores are level here at Epping Recreation Reserve in the Division 3 Grand Final. Mernda 4-6-30, Panton Hill 5 straight goals. We've played 15 minutes in the second quarter.
It was good courage by that Mernda player there, running with his back towards the pack. Didn't take the mark, but very good display of courage. The kick clears the 50 quite easily. Big pack, punch forward, falls straight into the hand of the Mernda player. He's going to spot up another no just over the head. Maybe a high tackle. Yeah, the high tackle will be paid there.
A bit unfortunate there as Fell stands the mark. Quick kick taken out of the fence. That was a Moore. Went to the High Street side. Strong mark taken. The front of the pack though. That's Jacob O'Donnell. Kicks the ball inside 50. Spotted up a target. And again, it's that man Matthew Rees, who's having a dominant second term. And certainly has been Mernda's, well, if not their best, certainly in their best couple. And he chips inside, and the mark taken inside forward 50 by Jesse Owens-Draper. A few of these players had the long sleeves on to start the game. They've certainly taken them off quickly. Joffa Byron was one for Panton Hill, and I see Robinson and so too here with Jesse Owens-Draper taking it off. So Owens-Draper will put his side in front. The margin, well, it all depends on this kick. A goal will make it a 6-point buffer. Obviously, the minor score will make it just the 1 pointers. He comes in now from 35. He's a lovely kick a goal, is Owens-Draper, and that's the commentator's curse as he misses to the near side. A few chances go begging here for Mernda, but nevertheless, they do take the lead. 4-7-31. Plays 5 straight goals. Just interestingly, you look at the shots, or the total scoring shots, 11-5. So Mernda's certainly doing more of the attacking. Panton Hill's goals, or scoring shots, have all been goals. So they've been really efficient going forward. So that's a long kick down the heart of the ground, and running onto the footy as Cranberg moves like an on-baller, not a ruckman. He kicks it quickly. It's going to fall to the back of the pack. Waiting for the bad bounce for Abe Williams. He waited at the back of the pack. He got the fortunate bounce first time around, not second time around. He's still good enough now to pick it up. Goes around a tackler. He's held by one half. A fine smother laid, and that's by Luke Drakes. He's going to run the ball out of the fence. We could have given it to Mills, but instead Mills opts to Leia Shepherd. He goes up to half to the ring rather, and a strong overhead mark is taken. That was by Curlis. Off to it running Rowan Davies. Chip inside for Fell. Lovely ball move. They've got men on the outside. One's Hutchison, and he's probably better advised now to go back and have his shot on goal. Great defensive work at half back there. Was the tackle by Drakes. Running out of the fence there was O'Reilly, and two-pronged defence there on Abe Williams. I thought he actually thought he'd probably broken the tackle, but they just grabbed him by the wrist.
From point blank range, he's going to take this shot from just outside the goal square. Not too sure what the infringement was.
Might have been against Shannon Darcy, although he was loitering close to the man on the mark. So I'm just wondering whether he's got within that infringement zone and been pinged for it. As Fell now to kick his second goal of the quarter, and Mernda will take a 7-point buffer, and Fell straight through the middle. Crowd enjoying this comeback here by Mernda. They've kicked the past 3 goals of this contest. Firstly through Hutchison, then Robinson, and now by Tommy Fell, and that was probably their best bit of play for the day. Firstly, the tackle out of the fence, Jordan, Then the run and carry and some great targets found there. The strong mark taken in half forward. That was by Curlis running up and a great hit by Davies running through.
Such great footy to watch. I mean, firstly from a fantastic 1%er down here in the back pocket with the smother, and then running up the wing, going in broad, and then Fell taking the mark inside forward 50, and it culminated into a goal, which they really deserved. So Atkin now to do the ruck work against Keane, the 2-second ruckman in the centre of the ground now. Atkin gets it on in favour of Davies. Davies just needs to get on the end of this one, but instead it goes to O'Donnell instead. O'Donnell now moves inside 50, good kick. China spot fell just off hands though. Panton Hill should come out into the favour of Mernda on the ground. No one can get a clean possession of it, and
Rosie picked out of that.
So the whistle's been blown, and Panton Hill will have a free kick at full back.
Just needing to steady the play here, Panton Hill. They're under the pump. Mernda's certainly making their charge. Long kick, looking for Cranberg. Why wouldn't you go to him? He's been so dominant, and well, he nearly outmarked two there. He just couldn't bring the ball to ground level as he kicks it long. Up and under kick at the back of the pack. That's going to be a push out though. It's going to go against Strongman. And now free kicks taken straight away, or advantage played rather. Kick inside, looking for, well, it's going to come at the back to Owen Straper anyway. And pushing it back to Jesse Owen Straper. And maybe just beyond his scoring range, the man on the mark stands about 45 metres out. See, Saddington's made a little dash down forward. Hasn't used him just yet. He'll still go. Now he's manned up. But he's taking the onus upon himself, is Owen Straper, and from 50, the kick, well, it's an ugly looking one. It's not going to have the carry, nearly taken by the Fell running back to the flight of the ball. Falls off his hands and in for a minor score, and 20 minutes now played in the second term. It's Mernda 5-8-30, Panton Hill 5 goals straight. Pardon me, 5-8-38 plays 5 goals straight 30. Some of the stats this quarter, it just seems, David, that Mernda's really getting on top through the middle and into their forward half.
I'll give you the inside 50s. We've got Mernda leading the way with 17 to Panton Hill's only 7. 4 marks inside 50 for Mernda. Panton Hill's got 3, so when they're getting in there, Panton Hill, generally they're making the most of their opportunities, and it was only the bounce of the ball that cost them their last entrance inside 50. And as he said, around the ground, you've got Mernda on top. We've got a throw in, comes down to Davies, clears it with a handball just for space. It does bounce into the hands of Owen Draper. He takes a bounce. He takes another. He's inside 50 now. Handball over the top. That comes to Curlis. He has a shot on goal.
Lovely run and carry. It all started from that throw in on that far side. Davies just attracted the ball, got it onto Aquilina, and it's just that run and carry through the middle of the ground. Again, we just spoke about, you talked about their dominance getting the ball inside 50 this quarter. You can add another one to that stat sheet, but just running in waves, and you just saw when the goal was kicked, there was a lot of Panton Hill players still waiting at the back of that initial throw-in where the contest was brought in, and the Mernda midfielders certainly run on. It's a great goal by Aquilina. 5 goals straight in 30, that's Panton Hill. Mernda 6-8-44. They go inside 50 yet again. It's going to be repelled this time out. A long kick out of the fence. Now who's home for Panton Hill? Keane's running at the footy, but foot race is going to be won by Saddington, and he's content to run that ball out of bounds. So Panton Hill certainly feeling the pinch here. They've conceded the past 4 goals. Atkins will do the ruck work. He's up against Keane. Throw in goes. Atkins works his way to the front spot, taps it out to space. Davies tries to charge for a tackle, couldn't break it. Umpire said that he got the handball out as Ben Parker watches it trickle out of bounds. So if you are just tuning in, it is Mernda 6 goals 8-44, leading Panton Hill 5 goals straight 30, 22.5 minutes played in the second term. As the ball now extracted Panton Hill's way, Thorne gets it over the top to his teammate there. Handball pulls up, another handball almost there. That was from Gilmore. And we'll have another throw in. Far side, it is a high street wing. Still plenty of numbers in the crowd over on that far side as well. It is great to see. His umpire throws it in. Atkins just thumps the ball forward on about 20 metres. Foot race into the middle of the ground. Parker wins it. Handball will miss his target there and streaming through Staddington. Kicks up the line looking for Curlis. Couldn't take the mark over his head. Coming out of half back now. That's Strongman. Kicks looking for the big man in Cranberg. He's going to get it on the bounce. Handball's inside, but it's going to be cut off now. Mernda just reading the play beautifully here across the past 5 minutes or so, reading the opposition's hands. And that kick inside 50 is a good one. Spots up the target there, and looks like it's Andrew O'Reilly has pushed forward now from 50. Has a shot. It's going to sit in the top of the goal square. Big fly came. Ball staying down was that Mernda? Robinson may have been staying down at ground level. Ball touched. In fact, it may have been Dayton. and we have a minor score as the ball comes off a pack of hands. Mernda 6 goals 9-45, Panton Hill 5 straight 30.
So Panton Hill now to bring this out of defence. I think it's Brundle who's been doing all the kicking out for Panton Hill so far in these first 2 quarters, and he's going to go out to...
He's gone long every time.
He's gone long every time, and he's gone out to the far side as well. He does that again. His target just drops the mark, but there's been a free kick awarded, so Panton Hill will get it just on the edge of their defensive 50. And again, they'll go up this that far side of the wing. A little chip up, and he just hits the target. Good mark there.
That's Byron though, he's taking that mark. Look how high he's had to work up the field.
I think they're trying to get him into the game, Joffa Byron, because he hasn't done much inside forward 50 when it gets down there. So I think the Panton Hill coach is just trying to get him into the game by pushing him up the ground a bit.
A strong mark taken overhead there. Looks like a strong one on the far side of the ground. Now he can go inside 50. Kick in hope. It's a one-on-one situation. Mills is going to do the spoiling for Mernda. Ball falls to ground level. Parker will ricochet off his boot. Mark will trying to claim the mark there. It's going to be a high free kick, but it was Farella. I think he thought it might have travelled the 15. He's run into trouble now. He's played on. Wasn't the best idea. Now it's picked up by Keane. Quick snap on goal with his numbers back, fortunately for Mernda.
And Mernda have the numbers on this outer side as it comes to their back pocket play. He centres the ball now, looks for Hutchison. Hutchison takes the mark about 40 metres up.
They can go now as well.
Right up the ground. Look at that. Plays in space. Uncontested mark. He's going to play on immediately. That is Dayton. He goes long and finds his full forward leading. Is the mark paid? Yes, it is. He finds the leading Cameron Curlis, and Curlis takes the mark about 40 metres out. Slight angle, but from this distance, based on his previous performance, you think he put this one through.
I remember mentioning in the first quarter how Panton Hill was the side really running through waves out of half-back, and it was Mernda being forced wide. The last couple of passages of play from Mernda, just straight down the middle, hitting up targets. That time there, a lovely kick by Hutchison, really split open the ground, and then to find Curlis, it is Curlis on the lead who's taking this mark now. It was 2 great hits, both of them going 50 metres, giving really the defender no chances. Curlis comes in, hasn't kicked the goal today. He has now. Mernda playing some irresistible football here in his second term, shooting out to what's now a 21-point lead. Mernda 7 goals 9-51. Panton Hill 5 goals straight 30. We've played 26 minutes, boys, of this second term, and Mernda has now kicked 5 consecutive goals.
You were mentioning, Sam, that Panton Hill haven't had that run out of defence like we saw in the first quarter, and I think Dean Haydock, he's one of the main contributors to that, but he's been unsighted in the second quarter. He hasn't had almost no disposals of the ball in the second quarter. Now out of the middle, Mernda, handball off to Davies now. Mernda now going inside forward 50. Plenty of players under this one. Big fly there from Mernda player, but he couldn't take it. The free kick's been awarded to Panton Hill, and they'll try and rebound out of defence. Let's see if they can get some run on here out of half-back. They come out this broadcast side. Cranberg will take the mark. There's players just starting to get into position in front of him here. Saddington is on the tail of Keane. Keane can't take it though, and Reece should mop up here from where he goes.
Great Shepherd. Great Shepherd by the Mernda player there.
Chipping in board now. Hutchinson receives a handball, goes on the left foot inside forward 50. There's a 2-on-1 contest in favour of Panton Hill. But the Mernda player takes the mark.
It was Marcus Saddington on the broadcast side wing with that great Shepherd on Keane, which set the Mernda player in a bit of space and has set up this shot on goal. He's a fair way out, Samuel.
Zach Rolino, he did kick a goal though earlier in this quarter as well, just probably about not even 10 minutes ago, so he's going to back himself again from 50. That one's going to fall short. Big pack emerges, big fly came. Mernda, big man, but unable to bring, unable to probably get hands on the footy in the end. It's probably the fair summation as the ball fisted through for a minor score. Mernda doing all the attacking this quarter here, leading 7 goals 10-52 to 5 straight 30 around the grounds. Half time, Montmorency 6 goals 6-42. Heidelberg efficient in front of the big sticks, 11-1-67. So it's Heidelberg by 25 points. Elsewhere at half time, North Heidelberg 11-9-75, leading the Fifth Choice Stars 3 goals 5-23. So it's looking like a North Heidelberg versus Epping Grand Final next week, with North up by 52 points at half time. Here though, the Panton Hill kick cut off at half back by Atkins, but it's going to be a free kick and it's going to go to Keane.
not sure what that was for, but King will take the free kick. He handballs onto the running Simon Amor, but he hands it back. They go inside 50. The target there in a lot of space is Brendan O'Connor, but the kick is slightly out of his reach and the ball will bounce out. We're about 30 metres out from Panton Hill's goal. We're going to have a ball thrown in. We're late into the second quarter. Couldn't be too far from half time. Mernda with a dominating second quarter. They're 7-10-52. Panton Hill are 5 straight 30.
Well, they've turned a 15-point deficit into a 22-point lead. He's been a great quarter, really put the foot down as Davies, where he just pinched that one out of the pack, kicks it up the line. A strong mark taken. That's a courageous one by Panton Hill Strongman, and he's probably out beyond his scoring reach from here, and he just throws the ball to the umpire. And what was a great quarter of footy for Mernda, really piling on the goals in that term. They kicked one only in the first quarter. That term there, they kicked 6. For the quarter, Mernda kicked 6 goals and 7 behinds to Panton Hill's 2 straight. So 13 scoring shots to 2, and with that, Mernda takes a 22-point lead into half-time. It's Mernda 7 goals 10-52, leading Panton Hill 5 goals straight 30. Quarter for the forwards with Fell kicking 2 goals. We also saw 1 to Aquilina, 1 to Robinson. Hutchison also kicked 1 as well. And as such, Mernda now in the commanding position going into the long break. Around the grounds, as we mentioned, of course, Heidelberg leading 11 goals 167. Montmorency rather 6 goals 642. So it's Heidelberg by 25 volt. As umpire holds the ball off, and we are ready to go here in third quarter with Mernda leading by 22 points, and the umpire now bounces up. It's a really good bounce, middle of the ground. Great tap by McRae. Free kick's going to be paid, and I reckon it might be going Mernda's way. It is.
He's been good, the umpire, today with the bouncing of the ball. He's been really good. Good on him.
Luke Richardson, he was great last week with it as well. We made note of that as Volp kicks a long ball inside 50, so it's Mernda inside 50 the first time this quarter. Rebounding hard out of halfback was Parker. Let his opponent take the ball. Now he goes again, Parker. Running through the middle of the ground. Long kick. It's going to go inside 50. Zach Williams might be favoured by this one. Getting back though and taking a strong mark overhead for Mernda is Nathan Mills. Was better in that, probably the second part of that second quarter when he probably moved into defence. He didn't really have an impact up forward. He kicks a wide football and he finds his target on that wide half-back flank, kicking up the line, looking for the man flying from the back. That was Jake O'Donnell. He was forced to spoil from behind, and the umpire judged that he's given a free kick in doing so, of chopping the arms. The free kick was taken by Ben Strongman. Interesting, boys, that we haven't really called Dropper Byron's name too often. We said he'd worked higher up the ground. We see him now back to that conventional full forward position, but certainly need a bigger output from Byron to get back in this contest. Kick by Strongman wasn't the greatest one. It held up a bit in the breeze. Rowan Davies attacks to the ground level, picks it up, was tackled straight away. Ball spills from the pack. Handball came outside from Farella. Now a big pack converges, slapped out by Parker. Ball or socket off the ground. Mernda's way makes 20 metres, but it's come out though only as far as the man there. It might be is it Legassi who kicks the ball inside. It wasn't in fact, because he's at this next contest, but coming through nevertheless for Mernda and thumping the ball outside is Robinson. Up and under kick, comes to the back. Box couldn't take the mark. Pushed into it almost there by his opponent, Owen Straper. Owen Straper goes again, really good body work. He's done really well, the young kid. Gets it out to Davies. In turn to Hutchinson, right in front of us in the caller's box. That's a lovely measured kick. Finds Curl. He's got men on in the inside. They're lining up for it. That one there is Volp. Volp now, 60 metres up from goal. It's a lovely kick inside. Great spot up. And Mernda to have the first shot at goal. This is Matty Aquilina who's taken the mark from about, who's taken the mark at 35. Will kick from 40. And Mernda again, just lovely efficient ball movement, but great work in front of us by Owen Straper. Just out-bodied 2 opponents and really set up this shot on goal.
Aquilina's been playing very well as well. I mean, he's sitting free inside the forward 50, and Volpe just hit him up. I noticed him as well, Aquilina, so very good positioning from Aquilina. He's coming in now from about 45 metres out. Right foot kick on the way. It's just rounded out to the right.
Yeah. Looked good off the boot, didn't it? I thought for a moment that it was going through, but it just teased Aquilina there and faded late. And it's a minor score with Mernda 7-11-53. Panton Hill still without a blemish on the scoreboard at the halfway mark of this game. 5 straight 30. Long kick out.
Have there been any structural differences that you've noticed in the second half?
Byron getting pushed really deep to the goal square is one that I've obviously noticed. And you see that it's a really open forward 50. Just he and Abe Williams, the only 2 forwards. But where they started the game was Byron up in the wing and Abe Williams, the space to roam into. Obviously Byron going back deep to perhaps cause some headaches, but Mernda going with the same structure. Mills going down back is probably one change from the start of the game. As the ball now half forward for Mernda, extracted by Robinson, looking for Aquilina at the raking handball, didn't find him. He laid the tackle, falls to O'Donnell, and he kicks a goal. The all-important first goal of the third term goes Mernda's way. Great tackle laid by Aquilina, and the man in the right spot at the right time running through for the goal was Jacob O'Donnell. Did kick 6 against Panton Hill in that 100-point win earlier in the year, and he extends Mernda's lead to a match high 29 points. The Demons 8-11-59, Panton Hill 5 goals straight to 30. Surely the warning signs or warning bells ringing now for the Redbacks.
I think so. I think it's time for Panton Hill to try and get a run on this game. Cranberg in the ruck again, going up against McRae. McRae hits it in the favour of Davies, but Davies can't get control of it. Hit in the centre of the ground now. Volpe tries to sling it out of there, he can't. It's punched on centre half forward. Box will run onto this from Panton Hill. Tries to overlap the handball. Bryce, very well done from Bryce, and he'll go straight up the guts again. This is going out, just fading out to the left forward flank for Panton Hill, but Mernda should get this in the favour of Drakes. Drakes now just chips up the wing, well done, finds McRae. McRae now hands it off to Mills. Just stopping. Oh, he's in trouble here. Mills, and he's tackled. It's being given a high from against O'Connor, so Mills will have this at centre half back. Moves out to the wing. He's his man up on the wing and
just around the ground. Sorry to interrupt there. Montmorency 2 consecutive goals, 9-7-61. Heidelberg 13-3-81, so 20-point buffer. And the Fitzroy Stars, the first 2 goals of the quarter, now it's 37-75. As this ball now long inside 50 wasn't a measured kick, and getting back to take the defensive mark. Jason Darcy-Lloyd again. Panton Hill just lacking structure across the half forward. That kick before was just in hope more than anything, and there was really no one home. Drake was the only man running onto that footy when it crossed the centre line of the ground. Had no big targets to look to, and Cranberg's been probably the sole big man to really get his hands on the footy. Perhaps Daniel Keane the other exception. That kick long out of the fence is really wide. In fact, it's too wide. It's out of bounds on the full, in fact.
So the kick's going to be taken by Nathan Mills. He's likely to send them deep inside. Forward. He's been pretty good today, Nathan Mills.
It was funny because he had that off first quarter, but he just worked his way into the game. Just got his body in the good spot as well. Hasn't had a whole heap of possession, but has certainly made his presence felt around the contest. And he's got the ball now on that wing. He's told to hurry up by the umpire, so he chips it in short. It's an iffy kick. Spore came from Will Box, and he punches the ball out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in, 70 metres out from Mernda's goal. To say Panton Hill needs to get next goal is an understatement. Mernda has kicked the past 6 goals of the contest and 7 of the past 8. So throw in now McRae, wrestling with Cranberg. McRae breaks 3. He's going to tap this one forward. Intercepting though is the man there for Panton Hill, kicking inside the middle of the ground. Thorne might have got one high. Didn't get it. Ball came out. Hutchison, nice handball inside to O'Reilly. Chips it up. Finds O'Donnell. Could have given the quick give. Gives it second time around to Drakes. Thumps the ball inside. It's an ugly looking kick, but it might just fall to Dayton. And it does. He marks the ball in front of his opponent there in Ben Strongman. And Tom Dayton can go back and extend this margin to what would be 35 points if he can kick truly. Sometimes those ugly looking kicks just favour the forwards when they're always in front and can read the ball first in flight. He arcs around, told to play on by the umpire. Kick goes across the face of goal, and we now have an even 5-goal margin. In fact, they've doubled them now, Mernda. It's 8 goals, 12-60 to Panton Hill, 5 goals straight, 30.
So Mernda to clean this out of defence through a more. No real movement for Panton Hill.
Parker's in a lot of space though, Jordan.
He is. He should go out
that far.
He should go out to the left. He's got a few players out to his left side. He does go, but he goes short instead into the pocket to Darcy Malloy.
Parker will get this one.
Malloy now goes short, and Box takes it just in front of Parker. And there's a few players now running up the wing here. Box now tries to go for O'Connor. Big fly. Just goes over the line. Grimshaw.
No, I think he's held on to that.
Oh, he has held on to
the mark there.
Good mark there from Nathan Grimshaw. Goes up the line now to find Darcy Malloy, but that's not a good kick. He falls straight to the arms of Mills. Mills now goes over the top to Drakes. Drakes now goes, his kick's smothered, very good. Drakes gets it back again. Good little volleyball tap onto Mills. Mills goes into the centre, just can't hold it, not being able to hold on to it there. Legasic runs onto this now for Panton Hill. His handball was wayward, but they get it back again. Panton Hill now going inside forward 50. Where's Joffa Byron? He's nowhere to be seen. And Mernda should be able to clear this out of defence through Farala. He wheels around on the left foot, goes up to, well, clears the 50, but Legassi can't take the mark for Panton Hill. Mernda should be able to regain possession of this and go through the middle. They do.
And then in the hands of O'Donnell, kicks up the line. Look at the man on the outside now if they can find him. Handball off.
Here we go.
Owen Draper's going to run into an open goal and kick a behind.
All the build-up, the great setup there by you, Samuel.
They had, well, I was actually looking at Aquilina, who was over the top there, and it was Owen Draper running the receive from the mark. Minor score, 8-13-61 Mernda. Panton Hill 5 straight 30. They're certainly doing all the attacking early in this quarter, Mernda, and they're taking the mark from the kick out. Handball out to Hutchins. The raking left foot kick. He's got underneath that one there. Won't quite have the carry. Anderson will stand underneath in the goal square, and the ball flicked in for a behind by Bryce, but the umpire said that he was pushed in the back in doing so, so that behind won't stand, and we'll have a free kick. It was actually going to go, it might actually go for a block on Simon Gunn, it might be. No, it does go back to Bryce, so we're right first time around. And Anthony Bryce, deep in defence, plays on, earns himself 10 metres, now kicks for box, and also Cranberg. Big fly came from... Well, Cranberg's taken that in the front of the pack there. Williams flew from the back, and he's actually snatched out of his hands by Cranberg, who's held his round in the front. Goes looking for Parker. Good fist came from behind from O'Reilly. Falls to Owen Draper. Handball inside Volp. Good handball to Davies. Opens up the ground. Davies kicks the beauty, and he finds... It's actually Ferrella who's taking the mark. Chips inside, and gee, should have had a shot on goal. That ball's been spoiled. Strongman now lays a tackle and wrapped up 30 metres out from goal. Mernda, they've been good, but it's just been, once they've got into that 40 metre arc, they've just blown some opportunities. But how good was that handball on the outside as well by Volp? Aquilina wins that contest, kicks up, and the mark taken was touched off the boot. Anderson not paid. Now Panton Hill can extract the ball, kicking it long and finding Cranberg, and now they're away with some run. Strongman turns 360, now kicks it up the heart of the ground, but that's going to be chopped up again by Mills. He couldn't take the mark. It was a bit of a wobbler, that kick there. Ball taken at ground level by Thorne. Handball on the outside in the hands of Ryan Byrne. Got through some traffic, did it really nicely there. It's a lovely kick, and the mark taken by A. Williams. He's got a man on the outside now, so O'Connor hits him with a half ball, and he couldn't take the ball cleanly at his ankles. Mernda now repelling. They can come to the commentary side of the ground, up to go the further side. That kick came from Atkins, looking for Robinson. He just pushed off an opponent, got it off to his teammate Howard. A nice handball over the top of Linton's space now, and this time it's Robinson. He's running out onto the outer wing, kick inside, looking for McRae just over his head. Running onto it now, Parker. Robinson got back to lay that tackle. Little dinky little sock off the ground, found its way to McRae. He missed Volt by hand there, but he's going to be able to get back. We can't actually, because Legassi beat the boundary line and got the ball up to
Parker in space now, takes a mark on the opposite side of where we're broadcasting. The kick over the top, doesn't find his man. That's Brett Thorne, but he fights on anyway. Handball comes to Simon Moore. He'll send them inside 50. No, he won't. A free kick's been paid. It's for a high tackle. Which way is it going? It's going the way of Panton Hill. It might be Simon Moore there. He's got it about 65 metres out. He sends him inside 50 with a short kick. Is it Keane? It is Keane. It was a Keane kick and a Keane mark, and Daniel Keane will have a shot. He's about... That's why they pay him with the big bucks. That's why he's about 40 metres out directly in front. That was a good, strong lead by Joffa Byron, and I reckon the kick was actually intended for Byron, but Keane got in front, and the coach are happy as long as either of the marks to footy. But Mernda missed some opportunities down the other end, and Panton Hill a chance to peg one back here through Daniel Keane, being one of their better players today. Comes in from just inside 50, kick holds up, won't have the carry, and on the last time the fence will ricochet off a couple of legs. Saddington now picks up. He might just run it over for a point now. He keeps it just in on the boundary, on the goal line rather, and he's able to find a teammate over the top there. Kick comes outside from Causey. It's a long raking kick to the wing, ball spoiled from the back, and watching that ball go out of bounds is Kelly Legassi. We've played 12 minutes in this third term. It's Mernda 8-13-61, leading Panton Hill 5 goals straight, 31-point buffer. It is the premiership quarter, only 1 goal added so far. It's Mernda's way. They've kicked the 1 goal. They'll be happy to keep Panton Hill goalless for the remainder, I dare say, as that ball goes forward for Panton Hill. Big Spall came from behind. It might be in the back here. I reckon it might be paid. And it's advantage played. I reckon we're going to hold the ball for a kick, so it's even confused the boys in the commentary box here. We're always confused. What's different?
The free kick goes to Owen Draper, chipping it up the line. Now they can switch it into the middle of the ground through Drakes.
Finds Drakes.
He's got some good run here by O'Reilly.
He's going to be cut off.
Oh, he went back to the fight. Courageous effort. Ball falls to ground level. Andrew O'Reilly, handball inside. Owen Straper intercepted. And, well, it goes back and the free kick in the back. And Jesse Owen Straper. Just keep an eye on it. Might have an injury here. It looks like it's Joel O'Reilly. Might have copped a corky as Owen Straper gets the footy in his hands.
So Owen Straper now has it just behind the centre circle inside the centre of the ground. Looking to go forward here. He's got someone on the lead inside forward 50 and he just cut off there from the Panton Hill
Free kick paid. Chop of the arms. They're going the way of Mernda. Let's wait for the umpire to call it.
It's gone off to Wilcox. So now off to Grimshaw here and he'll clear out of the... Oh, that was a poor kick. But manages to find a more. He handballs off. Diving handball. Thorne now through the centre of the ground. He goes with the left foot inside forward 50. But it looks like it's going to be cut off by Mills. Mark isn't taken. Williams is there. He cleans up. Goes off to Byrne. Byrne now with the run inside forward 50. Right kick on the way into the goal square, but it's just faded off to the left. And just a minor score.
We've got a Panton Hill player down. Obviously in that marking contest coming off worse for wear. That was Abe Williams, but he's up on his feet and he's moving around now. Not moving too quickly or too swiftly, but he is on his feet. Sorry. Samuel Mernda now clearing with a short kick from Southington. Finds his player. That looks like it might be Robertson. He's holding the ball up, assessing his options. He looks like he's going to go down the line and he does so. He kicks it to the contest. Over the back it goes. Is there a free kick paid? Yes, there is for a push in the back. It's going to go the way. Oh, that looks like Atkins for Mernda. He'll take the kick. He's right across from where we are. He's on the far side wing. Again, assessing his options. Looks like he's going to go down the line. Not a lot of movement from his Mernda's players. So he's going to go long. He's told to play on. Gives the handball over the top. That was cheeky. Finds Robertson. It looks like he might go back. Robertson evades one. Holds on the footy. On his left foot. Snaps one along the ground. It comes to a Panton Hill play, but he can't pick it up cleanly. It comes now. It's in the hands of Aquilina. Aquilina along the ground, but he follows up his own work. He might get it back here. A snap on the right. Is it true? It looks good. No.
Tell you what, that would have been a great goal.
That would have been one of the great grand final goals. He put that through. He was we had the confidence to put it out in front, run onto the footy and snap from the boundary line, and I reckon the crowd was just trying to will it in. Yep. The umpire had none of it. Minus score, Mernda 8-14-62, Panton Hill 5-1-31.
Darcy Malloy kicks us up to defensive 50. Cranberg can't take the mark, can't pull it down. Mernda in and around there's O'Reilly, but a free kick's been given. It's going the way of Panton Hill.
I'll just give some round the ground scores. North Heidelberg 13-9-87, the Fitzroy Stars 7-8-50. So Stars with 4 goals will turn to North's 2, and it's still 61-81 between Montmorency and Heidelberg. The Tigers leading by 20 points, 27 minutes into the third.
Mills takes the mark at the back of the pack. Uncontested in the end. He switches the play. He finds Robertson. Robertson in plenty of space. He takes the mark and plays on immediately. A kick over the top. He's looking for his player in O'Donnell. O'Donnell takes it. He looks for a handball. Decides not to. Sends him inside 50. He's got Davies running over his head, but he's got the momentum. Is he infringed with? No, the umpire thinks not. He's still holding on to Davies. He's over the ball now. What's the umpire going to call? He's going to call for it. We're going to have a ball up. We're about 40 metres out, right near the boundary.
Really well done there by Ben Strongman. Just corralled him at all times. When he did take possession there, Davies, he wrapped him up straight away. Good defending there, not to give away a free kick. The ball hits the ground. Box was trying to push it out for the boundary line. He did just that. And we'll have another throw in. 40 metres out. Mernda's goal leading this contest here. 16 minutes into the third. Mernda 8-14-62. Panton Hill 5-1-31. Panton Hill doesn't kick the goals since really early on in the second term. It's been a long time between drinks. Mernda with the past 6 goals this encounter. Ruck contest, 1 out. Might have been O'Donnell around the body to Anderson, 1 out. We're pushing out of the goal screen now. He's still near that boundary line, wrestling with his opponent there, and Jason Darcy Malloy. And we'll have a throw in.
He's been so close to really turning this game, Tim Anderson. A few times the ball's bounced the wrong way, or one of his marks were paid, touched off the boot. He's been so close a few times, Tim Anderson.
But Darcy Malloy's been keeping him close.
Yeah.
He's marked him very well, though, Darcy Malloy. Ball now bubbling around in the defensive 50. Kick off the pack. That's a goal from Mernda. I think that was O'Donnell with the goal there. Straight out of the pack. He roped it very well and he snapped it around the body. And Mernda now go ahead. 9 goals, 14-68 to Panton Hill 5-1-31, and a very big lead they've opened up here.
That's a decisive goal, isn't it? If Panton Hill had to kick that one 4 goals, certainly obtainable, but now the margin blows out to 37 points, and Mernda is looking the far stronger side. 68 plays 31. Sometimes you need to be luck as well. Just falls to the left foot kick and he's able to get it out on his preferred boot and put through his second goal to term. Is that bounce?
No good, umpire. No good.
Be recalled, and we might have a throw this time around. You would have thought.
So Cranberg to do the ruck work in the centre with Atkin, I think this is. And this has been blown. It's going to go the way of Mernda. That could have been for another extra player inside the centre square. Atkin now goes up to centre half forward, can't hit the target, the ball overruns the maul. Howard looks like he's running with a limp here. I'm not sure what's going on. He might have an ankle injury there. Panton Hill should be able to clear out a defence. It's Legasic now with the ball, handballs it on, back to Legasic, up to half back, and they're just using overlapping handball here, Panton Hill, to get this out of defence. Sloppy possession there, and I think that's gone.
Is there a free kick play? We've got a Panton Hill player down.
Yeah, binoculars on that one there. It's hard to see with the trainers around him. He's getting up now. Is it Anthony Bryce who might be down there actually? It's,
I think he's been awarded a free kick too for a push in the back. I think it was for an illegitimate tackle. He's up though. He's up. He's good. He gives the handball off. Panton Hill going to move forward. He finds his player in Ryan Byrne. Ryan Byrne switches it again. He finds his player in Legasic. Legasic assesses his options. He looks like he's going to switch it again. He goes short. He finds the big man in Cranberg. Does he hold on? Yes, he does. Swinging onto his left side, but he's got a player in the wing who's got some space. That is Will Box. Does he hold on? Yes, no. The ball comes forward, but it comes into the hands. Comes into the hands of Ryan Byrne. Again, a short kick to Legasic, but not long enough.
O'Connor on the outside here.
Does he get there? The ball might just stay in play. A bad bounce. A good bounce for Mernda, but again, here's Ryan Byrne.
Handball that now taken there at ground level by Robbie Guest. Really hard to call. The ball bouncing each way, one way then the other. It is the...
I thought they were out for a minute then, Jordan. I thought they were out.
They had numbers at the contest, but they just got the two unfortunate bounces. Didn't go their way as Box extracts from the middle. Well, he got one higher there. Umpire wrong-sided and ball up to be called now. Still 70 metres from Panton Hill's goal. Yet to kick a goal this quarter, trailing 31 to 68. The big fist forward, and they go straight to Andrew O'Reilly in the clear. Kicks up the half forward, finds Curlers, who's been good across that half forward line. Some strong grabs above his head. Anderson's one out in the goal, so he's going to go to him now on the lead. Can he take the mark? He's going to back. The ball goes over everyone's head. In fact, it was Davies coming out of the goal square, and it just trickles through for a minor score as at three-quarter time. It's Montmorency. 9 goals, 9-63, trailing Heidelberg 15-5-95. So Heidelberg looking the goods here. It's 69 playing 31. Mernda's favour. Kick out. Finds the man in Grimshaw who goes wide. Well, Mills got involved there and it's going to land in the lap of Robinson. Robinson kicks out to the half forward flank. Lands in the waiting arms there of Tommy Dayton. Dayton now chipping over top to Mills, who's run on. He's done really well there, Mills. He's had a great third quarter and he's just played one up there trying to get a 50-metre penalty, the umpire having none of that. But he's been the rock, and every time Panton Hill's looked up, they've seen his big body standing there as that loose man in the hole. He just, every time they get that quick play, he just holds it up and he chips this ball inside. And getting on the end of one is Tim Anderson looking for his first goal today.
As I was saying, Tim Anderson has been so close throughout this game. He's been a bit unfortunate, like I said, with a few balls bouncing the wrong way or a few marks that he's taken being paid as touched. But let's see if he can slot this one. He's going to come from about 30 metres out, 35 I'd say, off the right boot. It's high. It looks like he's pushed it to the right, and yes he has. That is a behind for Anderson.
Where's Dean Haydock been? I have not spotted him for the last 2 quarters. I'm actually wondering if he's injured or not because
he's standing on the bench with the tracksuit top on as well. So it's a big blow if Haydock can't make his way back in the field. But as you would have said, that he hasn't been sighted for a while. He has been sitting on that interchange bench, which is a big blow for Heidelberg.
That's a poor kick out.
And that kick out, well, Bryce made it look half okay. Put up a bit of a fight, but it falls to Volpe. Volpe gets out to Hutchison and runs into a big bump. And great call there by David Nash. He's the special comments man. And,
very special.
It was a perfect call because I didn't see that one at all. I was blindsided. So a great call there. Kick up the line. Looking for O'Connor at ground level. Doesn't take the mark. Jai Robinson has been at the bottom or at the crumbing every pack all quarter. He gets up to a good trap there by Curlis. Handball inside. Drakes. Volpe. They've got a man inside. He's going to spot him up. It looks like it's Matty Reeves. No, in fact,
he has been in space all quarter in that same spot.
It's Dayton, in fact, that's taking the mark. Or is it Reeves' first time around?
And Volpe's vision as well. He's hit up 2 or 3 plays this quarter, and it's just you question how did he actually spot him? He's got a great kick on him, Volpe.
So it actually is Dayton. I was wrong first time. He chips inside and he finds Hutchison, and it's almost unforgivable because you know he's a great kick on goal, Hutchinson, and now he's well within range. Marks on 45. A lovely left foot kick as Anthony Bryce comes to the bench looking a little worse for wear, replaced by Will Box. As now a chance for Hutchinson. Called to play on. He's on the almost a buddy arc. He kicks it long, and this one's going to go right to the line. The crowd's reaction tells the tale yet again. and Mernda is marching on to grand final success. It's Mernda, 10 goals, 16, 76. Panton Hill, 5-1-31, 45 points of difference. Mernda now look like they've got one hand on the cup.
Does look like that way. They've stretched out now to a 45-point lead in this third quarter, and it's going to look very tough for Panton Hill to try and get back from here. We see Keane in the ruck now with Atkins, so we've got 2 secondary ruck. But Atkins done a lot of ruck work in this third quarter, just giving McRae a bit of a rest. But Keane gets a tap down, but it eludes all the midfielders. Thorne's in there. But Aquilina very well has the fend off, hands it off now to Drakes. Drakes, his kick was a very high one. It goes up to the half-forward flank. Who's under this one? Panton Hill can't take the mark. Howard now hands it off to O'Donnell. O'Donnell goes inside 50, spots up Anderson, just goes over his head. O'Reilly should run onto this. He does. He shakes one tackle. He's got hands it off, and Mernda come in and kick it off. Dayton take it out. He's done very good in the forward 50, and he deserves that.
He's found space this quarter and throughout the game. Dayton has found space very well.
They kick 2 in 2 minutes here, and the margin now extends to its 51 points now. 11 goals, 16, 82. That's Mernda. Panton Hill's 5 goals, 131. It's a very sorry-looking 5-1-31 as well now, isn't it? They haven't scored a goal since early on in that second quarter. Just 1 point for this quarter. Mernda's piled on 4 goals. And now you think there has to be a match-winning lead of 51 points of the Mernda faithful in front of us, looking really content now, as you would at this stage of a grand final. As the ball finally wakes its way back into the middle of the ground. Looks like Keane's going to be doing the ruck work this time around for Panton Hill as the umpire bounces it down. A good one. Keane went early, won it down. Inside though for Mernda Volpe, the big body. Clean numbers around his footy. Harthy had a clean disposal. Joffa Byron charged at the footy. Couldn't get a clean handle, but Fox still got it. Got it out to Legasic. They're moving through the commentary side of the ground. The grandstand, the canteen side of the ground, the change room side is attacking his footy now really hard. He's Pawsey going hard to Legasic. That's a right hit against Ben Parker. And it's going to be a free kick to Tim Atkins. A bit going on here. Atkins not happy with treatment. And now trying to take a free kick. Crowd not happy with it. High free kick was played. They should just Mernda play should be moving on in this contest here because they can move the ball high up the ground. They've got numbers on the outside.
The free kick's been paid.
And our numbers going to Ben Strongman here. So Mernda play it down.
Plenty of spot fires going on
I think
here.
someone's been put down behind the play there, Samuel.
So we wait for the umpires. There's going to be a free kick up the field for Mernda here at centre half forward. Scoreline reading 11-16, 82 Mernda. Panton Hill 5 goals, 1-31, and the ball now might go to Causey, who's might take the free.
Yeah, I think we're going to hold play up here for a moment, Samuel.
I think it's O'Reilly on the ground. Andrew O'Reilly. He's been surrounded by a few trainers just in the centre of the ground.
Now it's waiting on here, and they've called for a hold of play here as he tries to make his get his feet. It's a shame it's something like this happened in the grand final. It's been a great quarter. Otherwise, Mernda doing all the attacking. Leading this one, as I said, 82-51 around the grounds. We did mention the 3-quarter time score from Preston City Oval, and Blair Harvey was actually stretched off in the first quarter of that game. Montmorency 9 goals, 9-63, trailing Heidelberg 15 goals, 5-95. So it's a pretty handy margin there that Heidelberg will kick with in the last quarter there, leading the contest by 32 points. Unfortunately, the stretcher has come out onto the ground here.
You can sense the frustration from Panton Hill. I mean, they got off to a great start in the first quarter, and now, Mernda have hit back and they've built up quite an impressive lead. And Panton Hill really think they should be in this contest, but they're not. And you can just sense the frustration from the players. And I think that's what's sort of sparked this.
Well, yeah, I should probably retract my statement before by saying someone has been put down behind play, because I can't. It's not fair for me to speculate because I didn't see the incident. But as we can see now, a Mernda player being put on. Saddington, you think? We see a Mernda player being put onto a stretcher. We see the Mernda and Panton Hill teams forming their huddles, discussing the context of the game. Obviously, Mernda would be pretty happy with their, a 51-point lead about midway through the third quarter. It's, well, we hope, if that is Saddington being helped onto that stretcher, we hope that he's okay. Again, we don't like to see this.
It's not what you want to see in the grand final.
No, you don't want to see it in any.
I mean, you expect a bit of a bit of tension between the two teams, and you expect there to be very high intensity amongst the two playing groups, but when it breaks out to this sort of thing, it's not really suitable for a grand final.
Also it holds up play. I have places to be on Saturday nights. And, it is.
Chance for us to go around the ground. Just before we do that, we'll just update the score here. Mernda 11-16-82, leading Panton Hill 5-1-31, and elsewhere it looks like it's going to be Heidelberg in first place in the grand final in Division 1, leading by 34 points, 32 points, 95 to 63 at three-quarter time. We also have North Heidelberg 13 goals 10-88, leading the Fitzroy Stars 7 goals 9-51. So you would think that North Heidelberg is going to be in a pretty good position in that contest there as well. So they're looking like marching on against Epping. So we just wait for the player to make his way from the field. Just as the stretcher is out in the ground, just carrying him off now. So we'll just have to wait patiently. We hope that he is okay.
So Sammy, just for the listeners out there, next week North Heidelberg are looking like going on to win this game and going to the grand final against Epping. Where's that grand final going to be played?
That'll be played at Preston City Oval on Saturday afternoon. The prelim, of course, in Division 1 on the Sunday afternoon as Saddington makes his way off the ground, and we do hope that he is okay. And he just comes through the interchange race now, so hopefully okay. And the situation in play can now resume. The ball now in the middle of the ground, and the free kick taken. Comes to the outside now where underneath this footy is Luke Howard. And Howard takes the mark, wheels around straight away, kick to the top of the goal square. Who's going to fly? Davies flies. He got first purchase, he got second purchase. And the captain takes it, Rowan Davies. And he can put his side, if this one goes through, well, it'll put them more than 9 goals in front, and it is now becoming a bit of a procession here for Mernda. They were well on top in this encounter. The only 4 goals this quarter, and Rowan Davies can make it 5, and if he does do that, it will be 10 consecutive goals for Mernda.
It's quite outstanding, isn't it, as Rowan Davies comes into this, expand on my point after he kicks this as his shot. Rowan Davies taking a bit of time to come in, right to kick on the way, and he's kicked the goal. And Rowan Davies has his first goal of the day, and Mernda, pretty safe to say they've definitely got one hand on the cup. But it's quite outstanding, isn't it, that Panton Hill for the whole year, they've only lost 2 games. They lost 1 in the home and away season and won 17, and they only lost 1 in the finals, and now they come out today and they've been blitzed really by Mernda. It's kind of strange, isn't it?
It's a strange game, football.
As the umpire now waits for the ball to get back to the middle. Mernda 12-16-88, Panton Hill 5-1-30. And there's a good point you make, because the games have lost by bigger margins in it. Obviously 100 points, 41 now. This one here, it's out to 57 points. So only lost 2 games, and what looks like unfortunately in the grand final as well. But certainly it has escalated in terms of the scoreboard. This one here is swung out by Cranberg. Ball comes out to Robinson though, kicking it forward to Dayton again. He's in plenty of space, leading Bryson Footy. Takes the mark, running back to the flight. Kicks it up to full forward. Davies again. Champagne Footy from the middle of the ground there. Taken out by Robinson. Got it out to Dayton, who's been in space the whole quarter, as Davies alluded to a couple of times. And now Davies is pushed up to full forward. A chance to kick 2 goals in a minute and put his side more than 10 goals in front.
This is where Panton Hill are just absolutely flat on their feet, and Mernda just dominating the play straight out of the centre. Again, we just had a ball up, and they're inside 50 now. Lining up the goal is Davies, coming in right to kick on the way, and it's just faded out to the left. But this is that point of the game where the losing team just goes really flat, and whoever's on top just gets a lot of run going on. And I think Panton Hill would be ruined the fact that they've still got a quarter to go, because it's just going to seem like an eternity before this game's over, because I know they're almost out of this contest, and it's going to seem like a long time before this final siren goes. Wilbox takes a mark. That's right half back from Panton Hill, hands off to Brett Thorne. Thorne just gesturing for his teammates to come up a bit, going up the ground. Goes up to the wing. Mills is there for Mernda. Good shepherd there from O'Reilly, hands it off. Now, just weaving their way out of trouble, Mernda. O'Reilly hands it over the top now. Very good hands, going inside 50 now. Mernda just up to centre half forward. Good mark taken there.
That was great by Coors. He just worked his way through traffic, and then the kick in the space of the beauty is Curlis passed it off to a loose man
again.
In the forward line.
The unfortunate one.
You mentioned that twice in the quarter. It's been if but or maybe it's been so close so many times. That time there was in space 30 metres out from goal, but the siren beats him to it, and at 3/4 time it's Mernda 12 goals, 17-89. Leading Panton Hill 5 goals to 32. Around the grounds we mentioned Heidelberg 95, leading Montmorency 63. That's the three-quarter time score, and also deep in the third quarter, North Heidelberg 89, leading the Fitzroy Stars 51. We'll go to a quick break when we come back. Well, the final quarter here, where Mernda is looking well on the way to victory here, leading by 57 points, 58 points in fact, on your local station, 88.6 from the Valley FM.
Finish off their season strong, and then Darren Haydock came in, had a talk to the boys, just told them to go in courageous, keep your head over the ball, and just finish off the season well.
Sensational. Thank you very much, Jared. There, great work.
Great work, Jared.
As the game starts again, and going hard at the footy, straight up is Jesse Owens-Draper, extracts it now, takes a quick bounce. In fact, it's Aquilina, has a crack on goal. This one might just go through. What a start to the quarter for Mernda. Aquilina just runs another one through, and the margin now extends even further. Mernda 13 goals, 17-95. Panton Hill 5-1-31, and you couldn't ask for a better start to the quarter than that if you were Brett Wilson.
Well, who would have picked this midway through the first quarter when we thought Panton Hill were ready to make a statement and run away with it early? But to Mernda's credit, as we said, they were never out of the game. They just weren't taking advantage of their opportunities. But as the last 3.5 quarters have shown, well, the last 2.5 quarters have shown, in the start of this quarter, they have. The ball gets thrown up, won by Cranberg, comes down. Looks like the opposing ruckman Atkins is floating around, but it comes to Thorne. Maybe a high tackle, not paid. Spins around a few. The ball comes back out to Thorne. He's got Cranberg in space, but can't quite hold on the ball to get it out to him. Comes to a Mernda player. Now the hands come out, a high tackle. A throw, in fact, paid. A throw. It's going to go towards. It's going to go to Panton Hill. It looks like it may have been against. It was against Anthony Volpe. And the kick will go to Panton Hill. They're still inside the centre square. As Jared said, they're a proud club, so they want to finish off this game strongly with their heads high. Try and win this quarter. Is a 50-metre penalty being paid? Maybe.
Yeah, I think it has been. So
didn't quite see what that was for, but a 50-metre penalty has been paid. That is going to take. It's going to take Simon Amor pretty close to goals. He's going to be kicking from just outside 50. He goes short anyway. Finds his man. There we go. He finds his man in Strongman. Strongman will kick from about 45.
Byron actually has taken that one.
Byron, sorry, he's going to take a shot at goal from about 45 directly in front.
You've got to give credit to Christian Causey. He's kept him quiet all day, and it's uncharacteristic from Joshua Byron as he comes in now. Right quick on the way that made the distance.
Got it.
He has got it. So a goal for Joshua Byron, his first of the day, but very uncharacteristic. It's not so many times you'd see Joshua Byron not actually kick a goal in a game. He's kicked one today. I think that's his first one, but
what you're saying is it's unusual to see him pop up so late into a game.
And we're praising Christian Causey the last time these two teams came head to head for keeping him quiet, and still Joshua Byron kicked 3 goals that day, so he's done even better today.
That stops the run of 11 straight goals for Mernda, and their first goal since the early stages of the second quarter. The ruckman do battle again. McRae won that one there, comes to ground level, attacking it though, through the middle ground. Panton Hill, long kick inside, coming off the chest there of the man leading out for was Williams. Quick kick comes out, coming back with the flight there was Gunn, couldn't affect the spoil. Ball falls to Darcy Malloy, swooping handball, comes outside to Cranberg. Cranberg works it up the line, finds the target there, and marking in front of us is Simon Amor.
Amor now goes up to half forward, just kicks over the top of the head of Cranberg, and Drakes takes the mark at the right half back. Looks to go up the field now, just goes with a little chip kick, just goes over the head of his target in McRae. But Joe Robinson cleans up there, goes in the centre of the ground now, tries to find Rees. Rees gets on the end of this one, shrugs the tackle, handballs over the top to Hutchinson. Hutchinson now, left foot, left kick inside 50 into the pocket, spots the target, hands off to, I think that's Aquilina. Aquilina will come in, kick another goal from Mernda. Aquilina has his second goal of the day, and he's played a very good game. Is that his second or third goal
today?
That's
his third of the afternoon. He's kicked all his goals to that end of the ground, and he kicked some views. Remembering, he also almost kicked a beauty down the other end in the second when he had that snap. As Jai Robinson's gone down with cramp, it looks like there. As the score now reads Mernda 14-17, 101, Panton Hill 6-1-37.
How good was Fell in the way that he protected the space of the ball, kept control of it, although he never fully possessed it, kept control of it and hit it and tapped it into the space of the running Aquilina. Just very good play from Fell, yeah. But back in the middle, Cranberg jumps early, doesn't win the tap down. He comes to Davies, but he's tackled straight away. A handball comes from the other ruckman, the other Mernda ruckman.
Handball down. It comes into the hands now of Strongman, but he's tackled straight away. We've still got a contest in the middle of the ground. Two Panton Hill players bump into each other. Thorne is trying to pick this up, but can't quite get it. Hutchison's in there now too. We've got a lot of players around this contest. No one can quite possess the ball cleanly. Is the umpire going to call for a ball up? Yes, he is. We're just towards the Mernda goal side of the centre square. We're going to have a ball up. Again, it's McRae winning it down. Comes straight to a Moore. He kicks it forward, but leading the foot race is Mernda's Corsi. He kicks it forward. He's got a player in space. That is Volt. Can he run onto it in time? Yes, he can, but he can't quite possess it. He falls over. Panton Hill players jump on him. It comes now. Panton Hill clear that, but there's just a wall of Mernda players. A wall. It comes through Curlis. He kicks it forward and finds his ruckman in. That is McRae. That was.
Kicks it up. He was looking for Mills in the long lead. He couldn't take the mark from the pack. There's going to be a free kick. The man crumbing the ball at the bottom, taken high there. And now a chance to thump inside 50 again. Long kick, top of the square. Flying is foul. Couldn't get that. We got two hands on it. He just couldn't hold it for long enough as Anthony Bryce scoots in front of the pack. He might have run too far there, just on his measure. Almost a torpedo kick out of the fence into the space of Lagassic. Slaps it upfield. Finds O'Connor. He's wrapped up straight away and he's gone. And Owen Straper's going to get the free kick here. Ball now, half back for Mernda. Leading this one really comfortably. 101 plays 37, ball chips inside. Finds Corsi. They've got plenty of run again now. Now this kick, long inside. Can Curlis turn around in time? He couldn't as Cranberg got across and took the relieving mark.
Taken plenty of overhead marks today, Cranberg. He's been very good.
He's been admirable in defeat as well, so he's tried hard. Now, ball with Abe Williams in front of us. Handball at the back. No there. Could have been holding the ball on guard. As we see Joel O'Reilly might have hit his head on the ground. There's a bit of strife.
Yeah, after the marking contest, Samuel, he landed on his head. A little bit of concussion there, but the trainers are helping him to his feet. Yeah, they'll take him off the ground. He'll have a bit of a breather. It looks like the game has been sewn up, as we've said. Two hands on the cup. You'd think for Mernda. The ball is thrown in right in front of us. Won by Atkins. A big punch. Davies leading the foot race. If he can get onto this, he'll be able to take him inside 50. Can't quite do that. The ball now comes to. It's in the hands of Aquilina. Can he work his way? He comes to Thorne from Panton Hill. Now in the hands of Strongman. He's tackled straight away. It's going to be a ball up. And there's a bit to go on afterwards. You may have heard the crowd response. I hope you didn't, because I heard it quite clearly. Anyway, it comes to Strongman now with Lagassi. Lagassi with a bit of time. Kicks them forward into a bit of space. To no one really, to no advantage of Panton Hill. Luke Howard leading the foot race. He's got it now. Comes to Luke Howard. He's chasing after it again. And now that fell to the hands of Corsi. Kicked off the ground there by Dayton. Lagassi leading the race now. He follows it over. Lagassi, Keane, follow it over. We've got a boundary throw in directly across from us.
Just saw Joel O'Reilly come off the ground. He was in the hands of the trainers, but he was holding the back of his neck. And you don't want to see that. Just around the back and side of his neck. You don't want to see that, especially in that area of the body.
Some dark clouds really starting to hover over this ground. Maybe get some rain later in this contest, perhaps in the medal ceremony, as the ball now won out by, was in the hands of Lagassic now over the top. Couldn't quite take possession. In hard there too was Corsi, who's been sensational today. And we'll have another ball up, far wing, the High Street side. It's Mernda 101 leading Panton Hill 37. Comes to the front of the pack. Hutchinson attacks the footy. Couldn't take it cleanly, wrapped up by Thorne. And it might be a free kick, extra hold there. It is going to be paid. And it's going to go the way of Hutchinson. Can cut inside the middle of the ground to Corsi. Getting plenty of the ball in this last quarter, running out at half back. Kicks it long to full forward. Pack emerges. Running through though is Jai Robinson, and he strolls into the open goal. Jai Robinson kicks his second goal of the day, and Mernda push further ahead. Mernda 15-17, 107. Panton Hill 6-1, 37. It's a shame that after such a great season that Panton Hill is going to finish on a note like this. A disappointing result, obviously, to lose the grand final, but now they're really getting hurt badly on the scoreboard. It's now at 70 points the margin.
Brett Wilson looks a very happy man on the boundary line from Mernda. Just sharing a smile with a few of his assistant coaches just before. So
you can afford a smile now. I think this time for the coach. I think they realise now that the game is well and truly theirs, and it probably has been realistically since probably half time when they were up by 22 points.
Rowan Davies now hands it off. Mernda looking to go out wide here. This mark taken there on the half forward flank from the Mernda player. That's Farella. He goes inside 50. It was a bit of a wobbly kick, bit of a low one. Panton Hill should clear up with Bryce. He just loses the ball, dives back on top of it. It's been given a high tackle, and it'll go the way of Bryce. So he has it now. It's in the half back of Panton Hill. Just looks to come out wide. Handballs it off to Abe Williams. Correction, that's Amore.
That's Amore.
That's Amore. Goes in centre to Byrne. Byrne now switches out wide and hits up Legasic. Goes inside centre now to O'Connor. Sorry, Sammy.
That's all right, mate. Just getting in the, crossing each other's paths there as O'Connor takes it at centre half forward. Long kick to top of the goal scoop. Byron one out, couldn't take the mark. In fact, that wasn't Byron there. Get the man back there was Williams. Rees now backs his pace there, the veteran, and now he gets out wider and he finds his teammate there who's taking the overhead mark, Andrew O'Reilly. O'Reilly in the pocket, kicks it up the line. It's a good kick too. It finds Drakes in space, and Drakes just bounced off a bump there and just
Shrugs a tackle.
Glides away, gets it on further afield. That's Rees again who's pushed his way up. Robertson went one-handed, almost trapped it, went again, maybe held. Handball comes outside, looking for Farella. He ends up making the tackle on Will Box. And we'll have the ball up 50 metres out from Mernda's goal. They're leading this contest here, 15-7, 107 to 6 goals, 137.
Dark clouds are starting to make their way over the ground over Epping Recreational Reserve. That would not put a dampener on Mernda's day. They've had a great day today in the Division 3 Grand Final. Will Box was third man up, gets it down to Gilmore, but his kick falls into the lap of Hutchinson on the wing. He just goes into the centre and spots up a teammate. That's Howard. Howard can't take the mark, it just goes over his head. 3-on-1 in the centre for Mernda, but Legasic, the number 1 for Panton Hill, gets it and he kicks it into space in front of Joffa Byron. Byron goes with a short one and hits up a target.
Good hit. He's found the player there, and Shannon Darcy Malloy, so could have blazed away there, just lowered the eyes, and Darcy Malloy takes the mark on a long lead from the goal square. So a chance to pick back a goal here. It would only be their 7th. They've only had 7 scoring shots for the day today, Panton Hill, as Darcy Malloy comes in and his kick has missed to the near side, so just a minor score. Only Panton Hill second behind for the day, 6 goals, 238, trailing Mernda 15-17, 107. So Causey is going to do the kick out duties here. In fact, so Causey Drakes,
yeah, I think so.
and he's going to just chip it over the head of the man on the mark. Finding this time here the man in Farella. We've had a great third quarter. Goes out wide. It's going to be a bit of a foot race going on there. Leading that race is Kane Gilmer in front of Rowan Davies. Tries to turn Davies inside out. He turned him inside out, but he ran over the boundary line in the process of a throw in. Far wing with Mernda leading this one 107 to 38.
Should we start maybe preempting the possible man of the match award?
I think so, yeah.
It's pretty tough.
I've considered a few.
Mernda's really shared the load, I would have thought, and it's going to be hard to pick out a winner. I think they've had a lot of players who consider themselves a chance to win that medal.
I would have considered Cranberg in the first half because I would have had him hands down man of the match, but he's just fallen away a little bit. He's taken a few good marks in the second half, but he's just fallen away a little bit as Mernda began to run out the game.
Owens Draper takes the mark on the wing, he sends them forward. It's a bit of a helicopter, but it's nicely taken by Aquilina, the man who I was probably going to predict to be my man of the match. I think he's done some fantastic things throughout this match, as we've got. I think he may have just tried to play on too quickly there. We've got a ball up on the centre square line. One down by Cranberg, but tackled straight away as the Panton Hill player. Comes to the foot of Ryan Byrne, but he can't quite pick it up quickly. Now it's in the hands of Gunn. Gunn hits us out to the wing. It's a one-on-one contest, and it's going to be won. Going to be won by Andrew O'Reilly. He kicks it up and finds Robertson. He takes it on the second grab. Who's he got? He's got a player inside. He goes long to the goal square. Big Fell. Can Fell take the grab? He's under it. He doesn't quite. Is a free kick paid? I think so. It's going to be a free kick to Fell in a goal square. He's going to kick this from about 15 metres out.
It's one of the crowd favourites that you could see when he was waiting under that ball. The big crowd that just rose to their feet, and they were in rapturous applause when he earned the free kick. And Tom Fell was going to kick his third goal. You hear the Tom Fell chant going to it, sounds like underneath us. He kicked those goals when they needed him in the second quarter as well. When they were struggling, it was Fell who got them going.
He's been a good forward target.
And he has offered a strong presence in forward line, and he kicks the goal 50 metres away at the same time. But it won't matter because Tommy Fell has kicked his third goal, and Mernda push on to 16-17, 113. Panton Hill 6 goals, 238.
Also, it would be no crime if Rowan Davies did pick up the Man of the Match award. It would be no crime if Hutchison picked up the Man of the Match award. It's a tough one to call. As I said, I think Aquilina has done some fantastic things across the half-forward line. Listen to the crowd.
So they should enjoy it too. It's been a long time between drinks for the senior premiership at Mernda. 1991 was the last, and they're going to win 2 in a day here with the reserves and the seniors as well. So it's a great day for the Mernda Footy Club. leading this one here now, 113 to 38. Ball back in the middle of the ground. Umpires a great bounce. Atkins went up against Cranbrook. Neither got a clean hand on it. Volpe won the
Come on, Anderson. Come on, Anderson.
Dave wants him to kick one. He gets
Come on, Anderson.
now. Unselfishly puts into space, and Nathan Mills out in the strong lead is marked overhead.
Come on, Anderson.
Mills marked at 35 metres out. He'll go back and have a shot, and Dave Ash was
drag him. How dare he pass it off? How dare he pass it with inside 50? Come on.
Mills has been an interesting one because in the first quarter he probably struggled. He gave away a few free kicks, undisciplined acts. He's really worked in the contest. Had a great second half,
both back and forward,
and he has consistently rotated between, deep in the back line where he's gone third man up and loose man in defence, and now he's pushed forward to kick his first goal of the day, and that one looks pretty good.
Well done.
2 in a minute for Mernda. I don't think even the biggest Mernda fan would have predicted a win of this margin when they came to the ground today. Mernda 17-17, 119. Panton Hill 6-2-38. It is now an 81-point margin as Tom Dayton gets a big applause as he comes his way from the field. And look at Brett Wilson go straight over, says, well done, well done. He has had a great game today, Tom Dayton, and he gets a well-earned rest on the bench as the bounce goes down again.
So Cranberg wins it down, but goes to Brett Thorne. He goes to the big clearance inside forward 50 for Panton Hill, but a good defensive mark taken there from Joel O'Reilly.
Not paid, was it?
I think it has been. He was hassled a little bit there from Zach Williams, but gets the mark eventually. Now tries to go to his namesake in Andrew O'Reilly, but just misses, and it goes to O'Connor, who goes into the pocket, and the mark is taken there by Joffa Byron. So Byron could line up for his second goal of the day. And as I said earlier, it's very uncharacteristic for Byron to have single-figure goal count. Usually he's kicking bags of goals, but he's only got one for the day. Comes in for his second, and curling back around. It's just gone in from behind though. So 1 goal, 1 for Joffa Byron today.
Probably the tail of their day. That kick there, he's been such an accurate kick on goal. It probably never looked like going in. Never looked likely. That kick out now with Mernda now leading 119 to 39. In the hands of Reese. We get a 1-2 here. He's going to get it now. He's done really well, Reese. He's run hard all day. Now it's in the hands of Volpe. Going outside. That came from O'Donnell. It's a lovely kick. Probably too hot for Anderson in the end, but he was able to get the ball at ground level. He's 100 metres out from goal. Puts it to centre for the mark taken. Overhead there, and this one here was... That move was almost all too easy. He drops the mark. He's able to get around without too much pressure. Reese is running out of the fence. And this good mark taken overhead by Christian Causey, who, Cameron Curlish rather, getting my alliteration a bit mixed up there. As he's been a good contributor himself as well, Curlish. When he started getting his hands on the footy in the second and third quarters, when they started to look really lively as well, presenting from centre half forward, and he'll kick here from about 40 metres out, a chance to make it goal number 2.
So Cameron Curlish lining up now, should kick from about 40 metres out. Right foot kick on the way to high one, and it's a goal.
They're not far from triple digits.
Cameron Curlish has his second of the day, and it wouldn't be too long now until the final siren goes, and all the Mernda fans run onto the ground and celebrate in style.
Mernda 18-17, 125, leading Panton Hill 6 goals, 3-39. The margin extends to 86 points. Unfortunately, it's been a really one-sided game here. I'm sure the Mernda fans are loving it, but Panton Hill faithful, certainly not a day they'll remember too fondly. As the ball back in the middle of the ground, bounce allowed to go on. Aquilina went up and won that ruck contest there. Coming through off half-back though, that was Jason Darcy Malloy. A free kick spot. I reckon it might be a high fend-off. Actually, it's coming back to where the ball originally came from. It's Volpe with the footy. Now Volpe will go long. He'll back his forwards and be marking everything this quarter. Fouls there from full forward rather. Ball falls to ground level. Picked up by Ben Strongman as the foul chant yells out again. He handled onto Thorne, who was upended as he tried to pick up the footy. Ball kicked forward, Mernda's way again. Marked at half forward. Now by Farella. Farella looks further afield. He's got a teammate underneath it. That was Curlish. Put it too high above his head. Picked up by Strongman, who hasn't stopped trying. Got it on now to Darcy Malloy. Darcy Malloy kicks to the middle of the ground. couldn't find really any target, really stationary targets up there for Panton Hill, and it's the Mernda players attacking the footy, but they're giving the free kick away this time here. And it's in the hands of Zach Williams. Zach Williams' kick is an absolute shocker, but it might find the intended target now.
Eventually.
Might not though, because getting in front is Luke Drakes. Handball's out in front of him. Now trying to do a 360 pirouette around Byron, but
he's got Keane in space.
In the meantime, Keane, that's just slipped straight through his hands, and that's inexcusable. Now running up half back for Mernda, it looks like it's Joel O'Reilly kicking it further up the ground. Well, we've had a number of woeful turnovers. That's another one. That kick is turned over. Now Kelly Legasic slips over, probably got one high. And the sting is well and truly out of this contest here as Legasic gets the free kick. A few players cramping up around the field as well. As the ball goes long up the half forward. This came from behind. That was a good one. Luke Howard falls to ground level. Ball works its way up the field. In the hand of Farella. On to David Hutchison, who's just provided so much drive, and even he's making skill execution errors now as Anthony Bryce takes the mark at half-back and plays on, kicking along the line, and he finds his target there. That's Simon Moore.
Simon Moore takes it on the wing. He swings around on his right foot. He's got a player, bounces first, can't quite pick it up at ground level. The Mernda defender now dances around one on his right foot. We're sending it back up the wing. A two-on-one contest, but the one's going to win it. It wins it down to Davies. Davies Sanderson's inside 50. Fella, hear the crowd. No, can't hang it, but he gets it at ground level. Goes after it again. A great second effort from Fell. He's over the ball now. The ball slips out though. Slips out. Here comes Panton Hill as a rebound. In the middle of the ground, Strongman. No, a fist from behind, but I think it'll be paid a push in the back. And I'll be correct in saying so. Strongman has it on defensive 50 for Panton Hill. He looks up the ground. A kick now to Keane on his own. It goes over his head again. The ball though, it's still in the advantage of Panton Hill. Zachary Williams fighting after it. It's going to come to Atkins. Handball from Atkins. They're running through the middle now to Anderson. Have a shot, Anderson. He decides not to. Goes to the handball. They're still running through the middle. Great movement by Mernda. Handball to Hutchison. He's on his preferred left foot. A handball again. Here we go. A shot on goal. It's going to come. From Farella. Is it going to fall short? No, he's just hooked it just in front of Robinson as he sees it go over the behind line. It is, as I said, Mernda kicking away now. Two hands on the cup. It's 18-18, 126. Panton Hill 6-3-39.
You hear the fans singing their theme song here as the ball now finds its way into the arms of Brett Thorne. Thorne on the left boot looking for Cranberg. It's been Panton Hill's best day. He's in a foot race against Aquilina. Aquilina's going to have trouble knocking his body away from the contest as Cranberg goes again. Third effort, a good effort. That's going to be a high tackle for Tristan Cranberg. 126 plays 39. Wouldn't be too long to go in this contest. Long kick up the line. Coming on the long lead there was Darcy Malloy. He's given away a free kick too high. Luke Drakes came back courageously. Drakes, he's got a target in Joel O'Reilly over the top. Elects not to go there. Went for the more ambitious kick into the middle. Hutchison couldn't mark. Good score from Keane. Picked up by Darcy Malloy. Sends it long, but there's no one home. And the mark taken deep in the fence by Andrew O'Reilly. Comes out wide and finds Luke Drakes.
Luke Drakes takes it on defensive 50. He's a bit proppy. He's obviously a bit tired, as he should be. He's worked hard all day. He stabs a pass forward, but it goes over the head of his teammate and into the hands of Simon Gunn for Panton Hill. He kicks it straight away. He finds his player in Brendan O'Connor. He goes short once more over the top. An overlapping kick to Ryan Byrne and a smother. A great smother there coming from the Mernda player in Joel O'Reilly, or was it Andrew O'Reilly?
That was Andrew O'Reilly. That's, as a coach, I know the premiership's already secured, but you'd love to see efforts like that.
Yeah.
To show that desperation. He could have easily just allowed all the Panton Hill man to just run around him, Burn and just kick it long, but he showed that commitment, got across him, played the effective smother, and just certainly the reason why they're in such a position right now, leading the contest here by 87 points. 126 plays 39, ball deep in Panton Hill's forward line. No, Ruckman got a hand on it, came out to Byron, gave the handball out to Byrne, sold some candy, deserved a goal just for that little effort there, but went across the face. Pitches just inside the boundary line, and finally bounced out of bounds in front of Matthew Rees. We'll have a throw in 20 minutes after goal. As a fan, when you haven't won a premiership for so long, you just must love these final minutes. I know you probably just want the siren to go, so you know it's confirmed, but at the same time, you're just soaking up.
You're savouring the moment, aren't you?
This magnificent achievement by the Mernda Footy Club.
You can hear the Mernda fans down there warming up the vocal cords. Thorne just snaps that one out of the pack, but it goes out of bounds on the full, and Mernda will have it in the back pocket. But they're all ready and firing to run out in the field when that final siren does go. And isn't it going to be great to see that outpour of emotion from all the fans and all the players and the coaching staff? It's a great moment when that final siren goes. Mernda now just bombing it long up the wing, up to half back. The ball eludes them all, but running onto it there was Reese. He comes inside now, kicks it to the teammate. I think it's could be Curlis out there. Hands the balls over the top now.
Robinson now in space, runs to 50. Could have a shot from here, right on his range. And Mills couldn't quite bring it to ground level, and ball's going to fall through for a minor score. He had the sit there, Mills.
He did.
And just unable to hold on for long enough. And I think the minor score is not going to be paid because it wasn't free kick paid for a hold, in fact. So free kick taken. Up to now Ben Strongman, who runs around his opponent. He chip it inside, went longer, looking for Cranberg. Gilmore's going to be at his feet now, and Gilmore's going to run onto it. Just hacks the ball inside. It's a 4-on-2 here, but as luck would have it, lands straight in the arms of Andrew O'Reilly, and away he goes for Mernda. Kicks it inside, gets the 1-2 going, handball over the top. There's a number of teammates who can take that footy. O'Donnell did take it in front of Davies, kicks along to Mills, couldn't take the mark. Wilbox. Handballs inside now, and just thrown on the boot there by Anthony Bryce. That's a beautiful torpedo, but it's going to end right in the arms of it. Looks like it's Reeves who took the mark, kicks it inside, and a big fly to the back. Couldn't take it there. That was Curlis flying for the footy. A free kick's going to be paid for a hold here, and it's going to go the way of Mernda, and it's going to go the way. It might have been Curlis who was trying to run through there. He went for the big fly, and a free kick paid. I haven't quite spotted the play on his haunches there. The free kick's going to Mernda, man, and we'll wait for him now to turn around the footy. Unidentifiable there at the moment. It is O'Donnell at the footy.
Listen, O'Donnell, if you don't want us to call your name on the commentary, you would turn your number towards us.
The issue there being that Rowan Davies in front of him as well makes it harder to look around him, but now a chance for O'Donnell. He has kicked 2 goals for the afternoon. A chance to make it a third as Andrew O'Reilly gets a warm, rapturous applause. He's been great to a half back, and surely a contender for one of the medals as well as he comes in now. Pardon me. O'Donnell the siren. What better way to cap off a premiership victory than to put one through, and Mernda win the 2012 Division 3 Premiership. Final scores here: Mernda 19-18, 132. Defeated Panton Hill 6-3-39. As it is a 93-point victory, and congratulations to the Mernda Football Club.
And look at that, Brett Wilson runs straight out to the captain, Rowan Davies, and they're locked in an embrace. Look at that emotion.
An embrace of manliness.
An embrace of manliness, an embrace of congratulations as well to Mernda. Such a great performance as well. And look, to be quite honest, I reckon they were the underdogs all year, because Panton Hill were on top of the ladder for the entire season. And look,
I believed in them all year. I come into today knowing they'd win. You all thought I was crazy.
It's just a great effort. You look at the way they started the game, and Panton Hill was up and about really early on, and they kicked the first 3 goals. It's amazing when you look at the scoreline. You take up those first 3 goals, and after that, I mean, Panton Hill only added 20 to their scoreline, and it really is it was a 112-point turnaround. In fact, when you take that into consideration as well, but it's a fine display of footy. I think when they were 22 points up at halftime, they were looking to win at that stage. Yeah. All the indicators were showing that it was Mernda clearly on top of the game, but they probably kicked definitely the first 2 was probably the icing on the cake when they led by 6 goals, and really when the game was won, they really went on with the job and ensured they got a great victory. So if you are just tuning in, the final scores here: Mernda 19-18, 132 has defeated Panton Hill 6 goals, 339 points. The goal kickers first will read through. Manny Aquilina kicked 3, so too did Tom Fell and Jacob O'Donnell. 2 each to Hutchison, Cameron Curlis, Jai Robinson, and singles to Nathan Mills and Tommy Dayton. For Panton Hill, 2 goals to Tristan Cranberg, 1 each to Zach Williams, Daniel Keane, Jonathan Byron and Brendan O'Connor. But as it was a one-sided grand final after really a 2-horse race for the majority of the season, we couldn't split the 2 sides. Mernda, the far better side today, and they'll return to Division 2 next season. And a great spread of goal kickers as well. They had 9 goal kickers for the day, and when you have a winning team that can spread the load like that across almost half a side, you've got a good team then when you've got so many players who can kick a goal. But for me, it was when in the second quarter when Mernda strung 2 or 3 goals together, actually 3 or 4 goals together it was, and they really started to hit back at Panton Hill after Panton Hill had been leading for that quarter and a half, and then Mernda came out firing and put a string of those 3 or 4 goals together, and then by half time, as you said, Sammy, they were pretty much locked in. Can confirm around the ground score, it's Heidelberg through to a 9th.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. pre-season of the Northern Football League. Terrific crowd. I think outstanding attendance today, the best we've seen. It's a Division 3 final, and we'd like to be congratulated for your support, not only the clubs but the Northern Football League. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate all participants today from both clubs, Mernda Football Club, Panton Hill Football Club, and our umpires putting on this great day. I'd like to congratulate our umpires for being selected and appointed to do a grand final, which is a fantastic achievement. We get the medals today to our umpires and to our premier team, with our long-serving administrator and former Mernda Secretary, Delwyn Berry. Our emergency umpire, Daniel First. Our goal umpires, Lee Compton Robbins and Victor Felipe. Our boundary umpires, John Nash, Thomas Martin, and Sia Willox. Our third umpires, Joshua Bush, Luke Richardson and Daniel Compton. The umpires have confirmed and given their votes for the best on ground today, and our best on ground medal goes to Mernda number 10, Matthew Reeves. Let's turn our attention to Panton Hill. It's been a fantastic team all year. Worthy combatant today, and I'd like to call on their coach, Dean Haydock, to say a few words.
First of all, congratulations to Mernda. Well, that was a great
Can you get a shot of this bucket in?
Take the sports away, calm, and all the best for next year when you guys work on it. I suppose to the Northern Football League and all the umpires, all the people associated with it, thanks for a wonderful year as well, especially Division 3. I reckon you guys do a fantastic job the way things are going at the moment, so thank you very much for you guys as well. And finally, to my Panton Hill players, we come to the club this year, and I didn't really know what to expect from Division 3, but it's just been, I think it's been a wonderful year, and I commend every single player, and committee person, and trainer, and everyone associated with the club has just been magnificent, and really given a good crack this year. And look, we didn't win, but I think there's a bit of unfinished business there to go, boys, so well done.
Now for the presentation of the Premiership medals in jumper order. Number 1, Matt Aquilina. Number 3, Nathan Mills. Number 7, Jesse Owens-Draper. Number 10, Matthew Reeves. Number 15, Tim Anderson. Number 13, Jason Ferrella. Number 19, Tom Dayton. Number 20, Joey Robinson. Number 21, Christian Causey. Number 22, Thomas Farrell. Number 23, Anthony Vaughn. Kevin Corliss. Jacob O'Donnell. 34, Luke Howard. 35, David Hutchison. 36, the high-flying Luke Drakes. 37, Tim Atkin. 35, Joel O'Reilly. 48, Andrew O'Reilly. 71, Travis McRae. 71, Travis McRae. 2, Marcus Suddington. To collect his medal, take the medal on behalf of Marcus, Captain Lowen Davies. And again, Rowan Davies. And the premiership coach, Brett Wilson. Premiership Cup for the Mernda Football Club.